Oh, dear. Oh, my God. Disgusting. Yeah, oh, yes, my love.
George, I've got something to tell you.
It's going to be a good year for carrots, Mildred. I think I might plant a couple of bushes.
Look, George. Look, I want you to be brave.
Why, what are you going to do?
I don't know how to tell you this, George. It's just that death comes to all of us sooner or later.
Yeah, you keep away from me.
George's Oscar. He's gone.
Hey?
I came in to clean his cage out, George, and he must have passed away during the night.
Oh, he could be pretending, Mildred, playing a trick on me.
He's dead, George.
Come on, Oscar. Who's a pretty boy, then?
George, he never said it in life. He's not going to start now.
Well, he might. Hey, he's ticking, Mildred.
That's your watch, George. Oh, look, love, he was getting on a bit.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Well, I mean, if you'd been a human, you'd had a telegram from the Queen years ago.
I'm all alone in the world now, Mildred.
Oh, I'm here, George.
Yeah, it's not the same. He really liked me.
Yes, well, I get your point. Look, George, I mean, it's not the end of the world.
Well, you try telling him that.
What I mean is he might be gone, George, but we'll have him in our memory forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember that time your sister Ethel came round and he did his whoopsie on her hat?
Yes.
And that other time he flew up your dress and you...
Yeah, I remember, George, yes. It's a wonder he lived as long as he did.
Oh, well, I suppose I better find something to bury him in. Otherwise, next door's cat will have him up.
George, there is an empty packet of cornflakes in the kitchen.
Yeah, have you no respect, Mildred? Besides, I want to do the competition on the back. Here, now, I'll use your jewellery box.
You will not.
Huh?
Give it here. I mean, where am I going to keep my rubber bands and hairpins and paper clips? Oh, well, I suppose you might as well have it.
Well, I'll dig a little hole for him in the garden.
Oh, really? It'll be the first time you've taken a spade to it since we've been here.
Yeah. I haven't got a spade.
Geoffrey, I'm not sure I should give this dress. Wasn't it the one I was wearing when you proposed to me?
You weren't wearing a dress when I proposed it.
Oh, no.
Why not?
Because she was wearing slacks. What's the homework today, then, Big Ears?
It's about nature and the reproductive process.
Oh, yes. Anne, they're giving him sex instruction.
Well, it's only the life cycle of the tadpole.
It's the thin end of the wedge.
Oh, is that how they do it?
He's only 6.
8.
Oh, yes, 8. He's only 8.
Was I ever a tadpole?
You see? No. Yes. Sort of. There's plenty of time for this when he's 13 or 14.
Well, he could be trapped into an affair with a frog by then.
All I'm saying is... Tristram, go in the lounge and do your homework.
Are you going to talk to Mummy about something I shouldn't hear?
No, not at all. Come along.
Can I watch television while I'm doing it?
Yes, I suppose so. As long as it's BBC. All I'm saying is I didn't learn the facts of life until I was 16. And nowadays it's sex everywhere you turn.
Yes, dear.
I mean, even our local newsagents. The place for sex is in the home, not in the high street.
Especially if it's raining.
Anne, I don't think that's very funny.
Excuse me.
Yes, what?
Oh.
Mrs. Roper, good morning.
Oh, good morning. Mr. 4 Mile, could I borrow your spade, please? It's for George.
Oh, yes, I suppose so. It's in the shed.
Oh, right.
Is he doing some gardening, Mildred?
Yes, in a way. He's planting our budgie.
Oscar?
Yes, he died during the night.
Oh, dear.
Oh, thank you. Yes, well, it was probably his heart, you know. I found him this morning. Legs in the air, stiff as a poker.
Good God.
Yes, well, I thought, you know, a discreet little burial at the end of the garden.
Mr. Roper?
What? budgie.
Oh, what a shame. About the budgie. Yes.
Have you time for a cuppa, Mildred?
Oh, yes, if you're not too busy.
No, I'm just sorting out all this stuff for the bring and buy sale.
Oh.
There you are, Oscar. You'll be cosy in there. And I'll put your little bell in with you.
George, they're having a jumble sale at St. Butolph's this afternoon.
Oh, good. You could do with some new clothes.
Oh. I've offered to help. Though I'm not sure we've got anything decent enough to give to a jumble sale.
Hey, we can make a few bob here.
George, you give it. It's for the church.
Well, you haven't been to church for years.
Would you blame me? The last time I went in one, I came out married to you. I should be on a stall.
Hope they get a good price for you. I know why you want to get involved, so you can hobnob with all them blue rinses. Pardon me, Lady Muckamuck. Did my cream bun catch in your diamond tiara?
George, they're nice people.
Ah, snobs. Come Sunday, you can't get through the church door for golf clubs.
Well, don't you talk like that in front of the vicar.
Was he coming here?
Yes, to get our jumble.
Oh, yeah. He could say a few words over Oscar.
You dare. George, now, what have we got that we don't need anymore? Oh.
Oh, you know how to twist a knife, Mildred.
As I was saying to Anne, things have got completely out of hand. Even the local newsagent thrusts smutty magazines under your nose.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
Well, they're on the top shelf. You have to stand on tiptoe. Not that you would...
Quite right. That sort of thing should be stamped on.
Oh, that must be difficult. If it's on the top shelf. Sorry.
It's not so much people like you or I mean, we can handle it.
Yes?
It's the working classes, salt of the earth, goes without saying, but they are easily inflamed.
We're all the same in the sight of God.
Well, yes. They don't have the training and self-control that we have.
No, quite.
Another chocolate biscuit?
Oh, thank you. No. Mustn't overdo it.
Yeah, you can't give him this coat, Mildred. It costs you 10 clothing coupons.
George. I was ashamed to wear that at the Festival of Britain. I'm certainly not going to wear it now.
Hey, what about this skirt? We could cut it up for polishing cloths.
I made it out of polishing cloths in the first place.
All right, then. Hey, what are you sticking your name on for?
George, there's no point in giving to charity if nobody knows what you're doing. Oh, now, behave yourself, George. Sit up straight and don't click your upper set.
Ah, Mrs. Roper?
Yes.
My name is Stopes.
Oh, do come in, Your Reverence.
Thank you. Mrs. Formile said you might have...
Oh, yeah, I do have, yes. Oh, I've got lots. And none of it being used. Please, come in.
Thank you.
Mind the step.
Yes, thank you very
There
much.
we are. Oh, excuse me. Here we are.
Thank you
Do
so
go
much.
in.
Thank you.
Of course, some of it is slightly past its best. My husband.
Mr. Roper, we haven't met. Though I did see you the other day in the local newsagents.
I deny it.
You seemed rather taller at the time.
That was somebody else. Yes, I was buying gardening magazines on the bottom shelf.
Do sit down, Your Reverence.
Yeah, take a few.
Thank you. So you're friends of Mr. and Mrs. Formile?
Yes.
The family's been involved with some boot offs for generations. Our graveyard is full of Formiles.
Yeah, it's best place for them.
George. Can I offer you a cup of tea?
Thank you.
Oh.
Here, tell me something. Do budgies go to heaven?
Budgies.
Yeah, budgies. I mean, if they haven't sinned, that is. Well, I don't know if you count doing a whoopsie on a hat as a sin.
I'm not sure that I... Yes, it appears to be gone.
Oh, well, exactly. But where to, you see? That's what I want to know. I mean, he'd be in his element up there, wouldn't he? Oh, he's having the wings already, you see.
I don't think so, Mr. Roper.
Oh. Well, what about coming back in another form? You know, like What's the name of that tin milk?
Reincarnation?
That's it, exactly, isn't it? I mean, after all, we could have been budgies in a past life, couldn't we, you and me? Well, especially you. There's something about the nose.
Here we are, then. I thought I might be able to press you to a sponge finger.
How very kind. This is really more Buddhist than Christian, you know.
Oh, really? Well, perhaps you better have a ginger biscuit.
Oh, well, there you are. See, for all I know, he may have been a Buddhist. A Buddhist budgie.
George, put it away while we're eating. Sugar?
No, thank you. I believe you've offered to help out in the stall this afternoon.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, most
Well,
kind.
he
We
could have
need
been
all...
Jewish. I mean, he very rarely rang his bell on a Saturday.
Oh, George. I do not wish to hear another word about budgies.
Oh, that's perfectly all right.
Finish your tea, and then you can help me take the stuff out to the van.
Oh. Right.
Yeah. Some quality stuff here, you know. I knew how to make shirt tails in the old days. You could tuck them in the top of your socks.
Most appreciated.
And nowadays, they barely cover your what's-it.
If that's everything.
Oh, there is one other thing. I was going to bury him in the back garden, but I thought, well, you know how to do it proper, see?
Yes.
Well, you know, consecrated ground, that sort of thing. You don't have to dig a special hole for him. He won't mind sharing.
Okay, sure.
Well, I mean, next time you're burying someone, you could slip him in as well, see?
Oh, I nearly forgot. A few more bits and pieces.
Most kind. I shall see you both this afternoon then.
Oh, yes.
I'm not coming.
You're coming.
Clear of top hat, scentless, raw silk, tracker, wisdom, and legal tangle knife.
George, you're not ready.
I'm not coming, that's why I'm not ready. I think it's dark in the way our best things, just to make an impression.
George, I've only given away the things we don't need. I'm in the budgie cage, those old gardening magazines of yours.
You what?
I mean, you never do any gardening, George. I don't know why you bother to buy them.
Not the ones under the stairs in a cardboard box.
Yes?
Oh, my God.
What's the matter?
Oh, nothing. Oh, my God.
George, you're hiding something.
No, it's just that, see, well, they weren't all gardening magazines. just the top layer.
And what was underneath?
What, you mean the other 100 or so? Well, they were sort of, they were sort of art books.
Art? What sort of art?
Well, art.
What were they called?
Nudge, wink, titter.
And I've sent them some Butolphs with my name on them.
Well, how do you think I feel about it, Mildred? Took me years, that collection. Be hard to replace some of them, especially the Swedish ones.
Swedish? Now, look, George, just tell me. Now, be honest. Were they too rude?
Well, no. Well, I mean, some of them were a bit sort of, well, they're a bit sort of... Yes, they were rude, Mildred.
I mean, how could you buy things like that? It's cheap, cheap, cheap.
Yeah, you sounded just like Oscar then. I only bought them for the crosswords, Mildred.
That is beside the point, George. If you... They have crosswords.
Well, no, but I didn't know that when I bought them.
Get your coat. George, with my name on the box, they might think that some of those photographs are of me.
Oh, no possibility of that, Mildred, no. I mean, you're nowhere near as, no chance of that, Mildred.
Get your coat. Oh.
Socialism the way ahead. Put that with the fiction, I think.
How much should we charge for this spade?
Oh, about 50p, I should... Just a moment. That's mine.
Sure.
Of course I'm sure. Look. I lend it to Roper and he gives it to a jumble sale.
Tell you what, since it's yours, you can have it for 25.
Daddy, can I have these comics?
What? Oh, I suppose so. 5p.
Can I have 5p?
Well, what have you done to earn 5p?
I've helped you sell these comics.
Yes. I think we've got a little capitalist there,
Well, we're all ready for the off, apart from Mrs. Wilson's stall. Gardening magazines. One of my little hobbies.
Really? I'm quite keen on it myself. Oh, my God.
They're very good up against a wall, you know.
What are?
Russian vines.
Oh, yes, indeed. I'll keep that copy aside for you.
Can I see it, Daddy?
No. You go and see how old Mrs. Wilson is,
All right.
Perhaps we should open the doors now?
Yes.
Mrs. Wilson, my daddy wants to know how old you are.
If we're quick, George, we can get them back before anybody sees them.
I'm doing my best, Mildred.
Why can't we have a car like normal people?
You've got to cosset this machine, Mildred. It's a thoroughbred. You've got to sweet talk it.
If you don't start in 5 seconds, you're going to end up on a scrap heap tomorrow.
What happened to Mildred? She was supposed to be helping out.
Probably ashamed to show her face.
Why?
Never mind.
Mrs. Wilson says she's 72 if it's any of your business.
What?
She's 72.
Oh, well, happy birthday, Mrs. Wilson.
Now, George, smile. Don't let people know there's anything wrong. Oh, my God. Go and get them back, George. Go on.
Mrs. Roper. I thought it was you.
You thought what was me?
You were you.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes, I am. I mean,
Ah, Mr. Roper. Looking for anything in particular?
Oh, no, it's just this, that and the other.
Oh, well, we have some of this and some of that. Or are you more interested in the other?
It's gardening magazines. That's what I'm really interested in.
Oh, yes, we had some of those. Now, what happened to them? Did the vicar buy them?
Eh?
Oh, no. Come to think of it, didn't you contribute some gardening magazines?
Oh, yeah, I believe I did. Yeah, no, they were good. I wouldn't mind having them.
Would these be they?
Oh, yeah, right, I'll take the lot.
Just a minute. How much are you offering?
Oh, well, 10p.
10p each. That's very handsome of you.
No, 10p for the box.
Ooh, they must be worth £5?
Yeah, but I gave them.
Well, then you know what they're worth. Let's have a look.
No, right. £5 that's very fair.
Well, let me see now. I think you could help out on Mrs. Formile's
Yeah,
store.
I've got them, Mildred. I've got the magazine. Oh, yeah, afternoon.
Gardening.
away, George.
Is he keen on it?
Not so you'd notice, no. Mrs. Formile's stall. Right.
Should get plenty of wear out of those, thank you. Tristram! Oh, hello, Mildred. You finally made it then.
Yes, well, Barry Sheen had a bit of trouble starting. Oh, that's a nice suit.
Yours for £2.
Done.
There you go.
Thank you.
How much is the dead budgie?
Oh, yes. Oh, that's very smart. Yeah. Of course, you don't quite fit it.
It does not fit me, Mildred. Look at these trousers.
Well, hitch them up a bit.
Careful, Mildred.
George, all it needs is a little alteration. Now, we'll take up the trousers and take up the sleeves and, we'll just take a little tuck in the waistband here.
Well, it'll be similar to getting a new husband.
Don't think I haven't thought of it. Oh, by the way, George, did you get rid of those mucky little magazines of yours?
Well, I've only just got them back.
George, I am not having this sort of rubbish in my house.
Well, you're not to be ashamed of in the human body, Mildred.
Have you seen yourself in the bath lately? I mean, explain to me, George. I mean, why do you buy things like amateur gardening? Gardening Weekly. Rose Growers Journal.
Practical Gardener, Greenhouse Gazette. They're all gardening magazines.
George.
And when the tadpole is big enough, it breaks out of its cocoon and turns into a butterfly.
I think you may have turned over 2 pages there. Hmm?
Oh yes, a frog. And when the frog meets a lady frog, they start it all over again. Any questions?
No, I think you've made it perfectly clear.
So, Kermit can never really get married to Miss Piggy.
Oh, I suppose anything's possible on ITV. Ratings mad.
Does Mummy lay eggs?
What? Oh, for heaven's sakes. Watch television or something.
Oh, yeah. I want a word with you.
Mr. Roper. Why are you wearing one of my old suits?
Never mind that. Hey? Oh, blimey. Listen, I gave you £5 for a box of gardening magazines.
What was the matter with them?
Well, they're all gardening magazines.
I see. And what were you expecting to find?
Well, I expected... Well, I mean, I thought... you know what was underneath.
Oh, them. I tossed them in the incinerator. Best place for that sort of smut.
George, you are not to bother Mr. Formeyer with
He's burnt them.
But what, George? I know nothing about them.
Geoffrey, what are these doing on top of the wardrobe?
No.
Ah, well, I thought they might be good for lagging the pipes.
Wakey time, George.
Oh.
Come on. Come on, wake up. Come on. Otherwise I'll pour hot tea right down your ear.
Oh. What did you say?
Tea, George. And crumpet.
What? Oh, yeah. What's the time?
11 o'clock.
Oh, you know I like to sleep late on Sunday.
Oh, George. Not today. It's a special day, George. It's our wedding anniversary. 24 years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, George. Wake up. I've got something for you.
Oh, not now, Mildred. It's too early.
This.
Oh, what is it?
It's something, George, that might make you a little more masculine.
I'm not going back on them pills again.
Oh,
Oh, see. Oh, it's a what's name? It's a pipe.
yeah. And some tobacco.
Oh, yeah. Ready rubbed.
Yes.
Well, very nice, I'm sure. So. Did you say 24 years?
Yes, George.
Oh, seems longer than that. Yeah. Pass the sugar, will you?
George, I don't suppose you remember to buy me one, did you?
I didn't know you wanted a pipe.
Oh. An anniversary present.
Oh, well, that's where you could be wrong, Mildred. For all you know, I may have bought you something. I may have put it in the wardrobe, nicely wrapped.
Oh, George, did you?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
No, I put it under the bed. Here.
Oh, George, you did remember.
Well, you talked about nothing else for the last 6 weeks. It's only a clock.
Oh, it's a carriage. Oh, George, it's lovely.
Yeah, it cost me 10 quid, that did.
Yeah. Is that all?
I got off a fellow in a pub, retired antique dealer. He was clearing out the last of his stock because he was emigrating.
Yes, well. Oh, George, it's lovely. You deserve a kiss.
What? Ow, gold.
All right. 300 miles of silence is enough. Let's have it.
When you said winter holiday, I thought you meant skiing.
Can't go skiing with golf clubs, Anne. Throws you off balance. Tristram enjoyed himself. I mean, you enjoyed taking the flag out of the hole for me, didn't you?
I'll be glad to get back to school.
Well, I thought you'd like learning to play golf.
Well, I might, if you didn't criticise. I'm standing all wrong, my grip's all wrong, I'm not holding my head properly. And that's just when I'm carrying a golf bag.
It was boring. You wouldn't let me dig holes in the sand.
Certainly not.
You did.
Right, all right, the holiday's over. Let's talk about something more pleasant. Like the gas bill, the electricity bill, the rates.
I'll tell you what, soldier. Next year we'll do something you like. How do you feel about salmon fishing?
Boring.
Oh, Geoffrey.
Good grief.
We've been burglared.
There you are, you see. Your daddy brought that for your mummy.
Yeah, I see what you mean, Mildred. It does give me a certain panache. Here, who's this remind you of? 13 years of Tory misrule.
Mike Yarwood.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I could get to like this. Of course, I'll still roll my own occasionally.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I did try a pipe before, Mildred, when I was younger. It got caught in a tube doorway at Oxford Circus. I never saw it again.
It suits you, George.
Yeah, well, apart from that, it's just better for your health.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Mr. 4 Mile next door sometimes smokes a pipe.
I see what this is all about. It's your middle class image, isn't it? Well, let me tell you, I could smoke one of these and still remain working class.
Yes, I can see that, George. Oh, by the way, I think they're back from Scotland.
How do you know?
The wall's warm. I think they've turned the central heating on. George, do you think you could puff at it gently? I mean, you're not trying to screen a convoy.
I thought pipe smoke got women going.
Well, even if it did, I couldn't find you. Oh, dear, oh, dear.
No, it's true. I've seen it on the telly. Tell you, one whiff of this and they're chasing you down the street.
Oh.
Oh, you open that window, they'll be in here like flies.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. George? There's a police car drawing up.
Yeah, well, they may be needed.
But they're looking at this house.
Hey?
Have you paid the television licence?
Of course I have. Years ago.
Oh,
It's that dog. You haven't got a licence for her.
I didn't mean to, George, but...
Yeah, well, they've probably been round with the detector van.
Oh, no, it's all right. They're going up the 4 miles path. God, I wonder why. I mean, they never... Detector van?
Yes, they broke the glass and reached in. Don't know why they bothered. They could have forced that lock with a butterfly's wing.
Well, I didn't expect criminals to come through the back garden. Can't they see the lawn's just been seeded?
They're not all garden lovers, sir. Just as well, in a way. They might have nicked your greenhouse.
We never used to have crime in this area. It's that new council estate.
Really?
It's probably in Aladdin's cave down there. Search the houses. Do you know where it is? Just down the road from...
I do know it, sir. I live there.
Oh, Well, I'm not saying they're all criminals.
Very broad-minded of you, sir. You got that, Mills? Keep an eye out for working-class fingerprints.
Will do.
Well, I've checked through the kitchen, and the only thing missing there is an egg whisk.
Looks like the work of the omelette gang.
But I may have lent that to our next-door neighbour.
Oh, yes, you don't happen to know if they've been turned over as well, do you?
Shouldn't think so. They haven't got anything worth stealing.
Jeff.
Still, it might be worth talking to them.
I've never found it so.
Not your sort, eh, sir? More your council estate type, no doubt. I'd better have a word, though. Meanwhile, if you could complete your list of what's missing, madam.
That man is obsessed with class.
Hello, who've we got here, then?
I'm a cop from the 47th precinct.
Ah, a colleague. Perhaps you can assist me on this case. We'll catch the criminals together, eh?
All right, but I'm not allowed to cross the road.
Well, I'll do that part. What's the first thing we should do, Sergeant?
Captain.
Captain.
Well, I think we should jump in the car and chase after them with a siren going.
Right. Then you can leap out and arrest them single-handed. How's that?
Actually, I'm not really a policeman.
Oh, well, it's nice pretending, though, isn't it?
You mean you're not really a policeman either?
No, I hazard a guess why the police are there, Mildred.
Oh, it's probably a mistake, George.
No, he's been up to something. I mean, I'm not one to make wild accusations, but did they ever catch all the train robbers? You ask yourself that, did
George! Really? You're frightening the dog. George?
What?
It's one of those policemen. They've come here.
Well, just you remember, he's your dog. Oh. Oh.
Good morning. Mrs. Roper, is it?
Yes.
Detective Sergeant Burke, CID. Could I have a word?
Yeah. Yes, of course. Come in. Look, I mean, she's only just over 6 months old, and, I mean, I have been meaning to get a licence.
Well, I don't deal with dog licences myself, madam.
Oh.
I'll leave that to the Chief Superintendent.
Oh, good. Would you like to go in? That's it. And, this is my husband, Mr. Roper.
Oh, yeah, how do you do?
Good morning, sir.
Oh, God.
Yes. I believe you're acquainted with the 4 Miles.
Yes. Oh, such a nice class of person.
Quite. Well, there's been a break-in and entering.
Oh, yeah, and you reckon he did it, eh? Yeah, well, wouldn't surprise me, that.
No, sir, no. Into their premises.
Oh, was it? Oh, what, you mean they've been burgled? Oh. That'd teach him to go on winter holidays, wouldn't it?
George!
Yes.
Do please sit down. I must apologise for my husband. It's his nervous reaction to any bad news. He, laughs.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's a shame, though, isn't it? I mean, they've got a lot of nice possessions next door, haven't they? Well, they did have, didn't they?
Yes. I don't suppose you're missing anything, are you, madam?
Well, Oh, no, no. Not us, no.
Have you seen any strangers in the area recently?
Strangers? Oh, yeah, come to think of it, there was one. Tall, thin fella, little moustache.
Ah, tall, thin...
Little moustache, yeah. He went up their path next door.
Did you notice the colour of his hair, sir?
Well, that was a bit difficult. He had his helmet on.
No, sir, I'm not interested in my constable. Anybody else, madam?
Oh, no. No, I don't know anything about it at all. No, I haven't seen anybody, I haven't heard anybody, no, nothing at all. Will I be called to give evidence?
I doubt it, madam.
What a shock. I mean, poor Anne. Oh, I must go and have a word. Oh, unless you'd like me to continue to help you with your inquiries.
Continue? No, thank you.
Oh well, excuse me.
Now, sir, have you heard any unusual noises during the past few days?
Oh, what do you mean, like footprints, whispering, glass smashing, that sort of thing?
Yes, sir.
No, I haven't heard
it was such a shock, Anne. I mean, if there's anything at all I can do to help.
Well, that's very kind of you, Mildred.
Well, I can't get over the nerve of them. I mean, breaking in, rummaging around, turning the place upside down as if they were VAT inspectors.
Have you lost much?
Well, I lost a bit of jewellery, some earrings. Oh, and Geoffrey's best cufflinks and your electric razor.
We'll never see any of it again. They sell it down in the market or in the pubs.
The one thing that upset us, they took Geoffrey's mother's wedding present, an antique carriage clock.
Oh. Went down the wrong way. Carriage clock?
It was insured for 150, but I think it was worth more.
We'll never see it again.
Tell me something. How long do the police sort of, well, keep a crime on their files if it's not solved?
What sort of crime, sir?
Stealing cigarette cards.
Well, now, that depends. Was there any violence involved? Any GBH? Any shooters?
Well, no, it's just that he, or she, nicked them from a school satchel, see, and it's been playing on his mind. Or hers.
Did he, or she, leave any clues?
Well, only a note. The hooded terror strikes again.
Oh, yes. Yes, I recall the case.
Eh?
It was the one regret of Sir Robert Mark that he had to retire with that one unsolved.
George, I want a word with you. Oh, you're still here. Good.
Not for long, madam. I must be on my way.
Oh, all right, I'll see you out. No, I won't. No, George will. George?
Oh, all right.
Thank you for your help, madam.
You don't really remember the case, do you?
What, the hooded terror and the cigarette cards? Oh, yes. For a long time, we suspected Ronald Biggs. But what you've told me throws a new light on the matter. Goodbye, son.
Oh, cheerio.
Oh, and, don't leave the country without letting us know.
Mildred, he knows all about you nicking those cigarette cards.
What? Oh, George, we've got more important things. Now, this clock. Tell me about the man who sold it to you.
Well, he was in a pub.
I know, a retired antique dealer, but what did he look like?
Well, little fella with a twitch, cap and muffler. Needed a shave.
He didn't have a bag marked swag, did he?
Well, I don't think so. Oh, you think he may have dropped off the back of a lorry?
No, George. I think he might have stolen it.
Oh, well, that's the way of the world, isn't it, Mildred? I mean, that price.
George, has it never crossed your mind who it might have been stolen from?
Eh?
Do you think there's much chance of getting any of it back?
Possibly, madam. We're always recovering stolen property. Watches, jewellery, cigarette cards.
Cigarette cards?
I may have a lead on the hooded terror.
The what?
Never mind. Thank you for your help, madam. We'll be in touch.
Oh. Right, thanks. Bye.
I can't wait till Monday. I'm the only boy in my class who's been burglared.
Well, let's hope we get a house point for it.
They can't have been very good burglars. It didn't take my action, man.
Well, I expect he fought them off.
Well, there's one good thing about it. At least we were insured. I renewed the policy last month. At least I think I... Oh, good grief.
I can't seem to keep it going, Mildred.
Yes, that's always been your trouble, George. Aren't you worried at all?
Well, we don't know it's their clock.
Oh, look, Anne described it to me. Theirs had a white face, Roman numerals. Ours had a white face, Roman numerals, a little handle on top. Theirs was stolen last week. You bought ours last week from some scruff in the pub.
What do you mean ours? It's yours.
But you bought it for me.
I think I may have the answer, Mildred.
What?
I'll put less tobacco in the bowl.
Oh, George. They will have you for receiving stolen goods.
Oh, no, they wouldn't do that, would they? Well, how would they find out?
I'll tell them unless you start taking this thing seriously.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll get rid of it. How's that? We'll give it to your mother for Christmas.
You'd do that, wouldn't you?
Well, if she gets caught, she can plead insanity. They believe her.
I mean, it's a family heirloom, George. We've got to give it back to the 4 Miles.
Oh, yeah, then they get done for receiving.
It belongs to them. No, we've got to take it back tomorrow, George. We've got to tell them, quite frankly, that you bought it for a fraction of its value from a complete stranger in a pub. I don't even believe it myself.
Well, why don't we leave it on their doorstep?
Oh, lovely, yeah. Then it'll end up on the milkman's mantelpiece.
Couldn't we sneak it back without them noticing?
Oh, George, really? That is the most ridiculous... Oh.
Sit down, Charles. Thanks. Do you know, for a dreadful moment yesterday, I thought that I hadn't renewed the policy.
No such luck, I'm afraid. You're fully covered for everything, bar earthquakes. I suppose it was a burglary, not an earthquake.
Definitely. Here's the list. It's probably too early for a sherry.
Yeah, probably.
Medium or dry?
Dry, please. You got off quite lightly. You're claiming £20 for an electric razor?
It had great sentimental value.
Our money has great sentimental value, too. They might agree to 15.
Oh, well. That's twice what I paid for it.
That's right.
Only joking.
Thank you. Ah, yes, 12 sherry glasses.
Afraid so. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ah, that may be Anne. Excuse me.
Hello, Mr. 4 Mile. It's me, Mildred, from next door. And, this is my husband.
George.
Mr. and Mrs. Roper.
Yes.
What can I do for you?
George thought he'd ought to call round and express his sympathy about what's happened, you know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yes, it could have been worse.
Oh, yeah, it could have been ours.
Quite. Is that all?
No. He felt that, George felt that he ought to come round and express his sympathy to Anne as well. Your wife.
She's not in.
Oh, good.
George, do you think we might come in and wait?
What? Oh, yes, I suppose so.
Oh, thank you.
Do you need me, Mildred?
Yes, I do. Will she be long?
I shouldn't think so. She's just gone down to the police station. Charles, this is, neighbours.
No.
Charles Newman of the Scottish Widows.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
It's an insurance company.
I see.
Sit down, George. Sit.
You don't mind if we carry on? Good.
Some form filling, I'm afraid, Geoffrey. Rather a bore. But if you could copy your list into this column, with your estimate of the value on the right there. That's it. Electric razor, £15. Sherry glasses, we ought to get away with that valuation. Cufflinks. Solid gold, obviously. Oh, go on, we'll try. This next one's a bit tricky. Yeah, hard to put a value on it.
Ah, the carriage clock.
Right. I was stretching my legs.
Well, it is an antique. Our mother had it valued at £150. That was a few years ago.
Right, well, allowing for inflation, shall we say...
Well, I don't think we will wait for Anne.
What? No. Sit down. She said she'd be back by 12.
Oh.
Can't stay too long myself. Is that the right time?
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe a bit fast, but... Good heavens.
Yeah, I don't think we will wait.
What on earth is this doing here?
Oh, isn't it strange how something can be right under your nose and you just don't see it?
Geoffrey, marvellous news. Oh, hello, Mildred, Mr. Roper. Charles.
Hello, Anne.
This will please you too. We've got some of our stuff back.
We have?
They caught 2 teenagers, public schoolboys from the private estate.
Ah.
Sergeant Burke said be sure and tell you that. We've got your cufflinks, my earrings, your electric razor.
It's just like Christmas.
And best of all, your mother's clock.
What?
Hey?
Oh, yes, you're quite right. It is a fine piece.
Yeah, but just a minute. Hang on a minute. Isn't that your clock?
What's this? Good Lord, no. I don't buy rubbish like this.
Rubbish?
Oh, yes. Made in Hong Kong. Cost about £5 down the market.
£5? Well, it cost me 10.
It's yours?
Yeah.
Well, yes, you see, well, I brought it round because, well, I thought you might like to borrow it, seeing as you've lost yours, but obviously you wouldn't want to. I mean, not cheap Hong Kong rubbish like that. Give me that. Excuse us.
Neighbours.
And take that filthy thing out of your mouth. Oh.
skateboard. Every boy in my class has got a skateboard except for me.
Now, don't exaggerate, Tristram.
Well, one boy's got one, Alistair Smith.
His father's probably rich.
He is. He makes skateboards.
He already tears around the house like a hurricane. I am not giving him wheels. Anyway, it's just a passing fad, like the hula hoop.
What's that?
Oh, well, it was a big plastic hoop you used to swing round and round on your hips. It was great fun.
Go and get ready for school.
Can I have a hula hoop then?
Out.
You know, Anne, we spoiled that boy
What, by not giving him anything?
by encouraging him to expect something for nothing. He must learn to work for what he wants.
I don't think they take them at the coalface till they're 9.
There's too much of it about. Look at him next door, Roper.
Oh, has he got a skateboard?
No job, lives off the social security, never does a stroke of work, lazy.
Speaking of work...
Ah, I didn't think I'd go into the office today. I thought I'd pop down the golf club, polish up my golf swing.
George, are you going to get dressed?
What for? Not the day for collecting me dole money.
Oh. I mean, you could be out looking for a job.
Oh, well, no, I've been looking, Mildred, and I found one. Hey, listen to this. Petrol pump attendant, overalls provided, 48-hour week, good wages.
Oh, well, it's better than nothing.
Right, I'll give him a ring for you. When do you want to start?
Ah, no. You are the man of the house. Oh, the man. You should be out working, not me.
Well, I've tried for jobs, Mildred.
Oh, yes. Male model, airline pilot. And what was the other one?
Orthopaedic surgeon.
I mean, you never try for jobs you might get.
Well, there's no point. I wouldn't get much more than I'd get on the dole.
George, every little will help. I mean, I'm fed up with you hanging about the house doing nothing all day.
Well, put up the shelf in the kitchen.
Yes, I know you did. 7 times. It's fallen down again.
Well, you keep putting things on it.
I mean, we need more money. I'm tired of pretending that all the meat I buy is for the dog.
Yeah, well, I have had an idea, Mildred, to bring in a little bit more, but you're not going to like it.
I am not taking a paper round.
No, of course not. Look, Mildred.
Yeah?
Why don't we do what we used to do?
What, at this time in the morning?
No, not that. I mean, why don't we take in lodgers?
Lodgers?
Yeah, lodgers. We've got a spare room up there doing nothing.
Oh, George, it's tiny. I mean, you can't swing a cat in it.
Oh, you could get an animal lover.
It's a ridiculous idea.
Oh, I'm sorry you feel that way, Mildred, because I've already put an advert in the local paper.
You've what?
I tell you, it is him. He's advertising for a lodger. Look, 46 Peacock Crescent.
Yes, well...
Oh, that's all we need, a common lodging house next door.
Well, it's not really any of our business.
It could affect the property values, Anne. The next thing you know, he'll have 15 doorbells with names on it you can't pronounce.
And they'll all be skateboarding up the street to collect the social security.
Now you're exaggerating.
Oh, boy.
Ah, well, if you want Tristram to go up in a slum...
Are you going to take him to school or not, Geoffrey?
All right. But don't blame me when they're all sitting on the front doorstep drinking cheap wine.
And make sure he takes his homework.
Come along, Tristram, we're going to be... Why are you taking that helicopter to school?
I'm going to swap it for 100 conkers.
What are you going to do with 100 conkers?
Swap them for a skateboard.
I'll leave it here. It's an educational establishment, not a multicoloured swap shop. Hold on.
Aren't you going to ask me if I've got the homework?
Have you got your homework?
Yes.
Good, come on. Well, how are things in school then, eh, Talia?
I'm on top of the class in detention.
This is Peacock Crescent, is it?
Yes. Well, we'd better... Detention?
You had no right, George, to do that without telling me first.
What if I told you? We'd only had a row.
What do you think we're having now? I mean, I agree we need more money, George,
You
but...
certainly do. I took a £5 out of your purse to pay for the advert.
I mean, what happens when my mother comes? She'll have nowhere to stay.
Well, there you are. That's another advantage.
I am not having a lodger in this house, and that is final.
Oh, yeah, but listen, Mildred. Oh.
ridiculous idea. I've never heard anything like it in the whole... Yes?
Good morning. My name is Rogers. I understand you have a room to let.
Oh, we would, yes. Oh. Yes, indeed. Oh, come in. That's it. I'm Mrs. Roper, Mildred.
How do you do? I would have rung first, only the advertisement didn't have your telephone number.
Oh, quite, yes, and it's just as well not to guess at these things. Would you like to go in?
Thank you.
Well, well. George, it's a gentleman. Called about the position of paying guest.
Paying guest?
Yes.
Yeah. You said just now that we were...
George. This is my husband, George Roland Roper. Mr.
Rogers, Edward Rogers.
Yeah, well, it's 10 quid a week. No cooking in your room, no pets, and a month's rent in advance.
George, he hasn't even seen the room yet. Would you like to sit down?
Well, thank you. Now then, first things first. About references.
Oh, we can give you all you need. Oh, no. You give them to us, don't you? Oh, silly me. That won't be necessary.
Hang on. For all we know, he may be a crook. Or a swindler.
Oh, don't be so ridiculous, George. You're not, are you?
No.
Oh, there you are, then.
No, I'm a representative for George and Coley. They're shipbuilding, you see. I'm sales representative.
Oh.
Sales, eh? I thought they ran on steam these days.
Now, I'm more on the small boat side, you know, accessories and so forth.
Small boat side? Oh, how fascinating. And accessories and so forth.
I'm down here for a month sizing up new retail outlets, and I need somewhere to stay. It needn't be large.
You're in luck, it isn't.
Only a month? Oh, no. No, we were looking for someone more permanent than that. No, I'm sorry, it's out of the question, isn't it, Mildred?
Would you like to see your room? Here we are. Oh, mind the steps, it's a bit steep.
Oh, thank you.
Oops. There we are.
Yes, it's, cosy. Compact and,
Tiny?
Yes, tiny. But, yes, it's very,
Cosy and compact?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I will take the tea chest off the bed before you move in.
Thank you.
We have a wardrobe, of course. Yeah. Oh! And I'll take the lawnmower out before you. I mean, that is if you intend to.
Well, I think this room would suit me very well, Mrs. Roper.
Oh.
No baths after 10 o'clock. A shilling a time to watch the telly.
George, well, we seem to have got our paying guest.
Hang on. I haven't decided if he's the right sort.
If it was full board, I'd be willing to go up to £30 a week.
I'll have a key cut for you in the morning. Oh, yeah, there's one other thing. No member of the opposite sex allowed in your room.
Oh, well, suits me, George. You can clean it.
I didn't mean you. I meant no women. Matter of fact, I've drawn up a list of rules and regulations here.
Thank you. When would you like to move in?
Well, would tomorrow morning be convenient?
Oh, perfectly. There you are. Oh, they're lovely. Thank you again, Mr. Rogers.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And please, Edward.
Edward. Thank you. Would you care for one yourself?
Oh, thank you. Why not?
Did you want a sherry, George?
No.
Please yourself. Dinner won't be long.
Mm-hmm.
It's veal cordon bleu. I've never tried it before.
I don't like veal.
I'm doing you fish fingers. And to follow, you're going to have my apple pie that you said you liked so much.
Now, you spoil me. You really do. Tell me, is there anything I can do to help? I mean, lay the table?
Oh, no. There's no job for a man. George will do it later.
Well, I think I'll just pop upstairs and freshen up before dinner. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Oh, you spoil me, you really do. Oh, not at all. Oh, what lovely flowers. Makes you sick.
Just watch it, George.
You're favouring him over me, Mildred.
Oh, rubbish.
Well, last night he had 8 chips on his plate. I only had 7.
He goes out to work, George. He does not lie around all day drawing on page 3 of The Sun. He deserves an extra chip.
The way you two keep nattering on about theatres and books and art galleries.
Well, it's only conversation, George.
Yeah, well, it's killing the art of television. I can't hear it half the time. And all that banging and hammering on Saturday.
Well, he was fixing the shelf in the kitchen, George. I mean, properly. You wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
No, and he's mended that squeaky door. You wouldn't do that either. In fact, there are lots of things that you won't do that he might be able to.
And another thing. Since he's been staying with us, Mildred never listens to a word I say. Half the time I might as well be talking to myself.
Sorry, did you say something?
Oh, God, we were discussing this lodger of hers.
Oh, yes. Mr. Rogers. Edward. He's nice, isn't he?
Nice?
I can stand and chat with him for hours. Excuse me.
Yeah, but the point is, you see...
The usual, Brenda.
Yeah, but the point is, you see, Oh, afternoon.
Oh, yes.
It's a nice day, isn't it?
Yes, it was.
Here, listen, you met this lodger fella, haven't you?
Oh, Edward, yes, seems a nice chap.
Oh, gold.
Thank you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm in the middle of reading this beer mat.
Well, if a fella can't have a bit of polite conversation with his mates, it's a pretty poor lookout, isn't it?
Mates?
Yeah, well, no, what I mean is, well, look, I'd like to have a word with you.
All right, what is it?
Well, it's nothing really.
Well, that didn't take long.
Yeah, no. Actually, there is one thing. I've got this friend, you see.
You surprised me.
Yeah, well, anyway, and this friend... can we sit down for a minute?
Oh, very well.
Yeah, and this friend, you see... And this friend, you see, he's beginning to get a bit worried about,
About what?
Well, he thinks his wife, you see, well, he thinks his wife may be beginning to sort of, fancy another man.
Oh, yes.
So it's been a worthwhile trip, then?
Yes, it's been a very good month for me. I've managed to interest several people.
Yes.
There's all sorts of opportunities down here.
Oh, there must be, yes.
For instance, I've had a lot of reaction to my fiddle and jamming blocks.
Yes. Yes, well, you would have, yes. So you'll be leaving us tomorrow, then?
Afraid so, yes. No more home cooking.
Oh, surely. Your wife.
Oh, no, I never got around to marriage. I never met a cook like you.
Oh.
It's little things, you know, like the way she sighs when she's ironing his underpants.
This is the wife of your friend that your friend thinks is beginning to fancy the chap that's staying with your friend and his wife.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And has your friend said anything about this?
Oh, no, he hasn't told a soul.
Then how do you know about it?
Oh, well, apart from me, that is.
Mm-hmm. I see. Well, I have to ask you this. What sort of chap is this friend of yours?
Oh, he's one of the best.
He's got nothing to worry about, then?
No?
No, it's probably all in the mind.
Yeah, you could be right.
I don't think he's got as much to worry about as you have.
What do you mean?
I saw your lodger going down the path at lunchtime. But does he always finish work that early?
What's this one? The single-speed top-action winch.
Oh, that's for clawing on the sheet.
Clawing on the sheet? How fascinating.
Yes, that's been one of my best-selling lines.
Yeah.
I think there's someone in your garden.
What?
I came through the back way to have a look at the roses.
Well, at this time of the year?
Yeah, there's not a lot there. Hey, you're back early, aren't you?
Yes, well, I finished my business. It's just a question of tidying up before I leave in the morning.
Oh, yeah, cool. He's leaving in the morning, Mildred.
Yes, George.
Oh, no, it's a pity, really, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, I think I'll carry on in the bedroom.
Yeah, you what?
I'm making too much mess down here.
Oh.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
George, I thought we might have a special little farewell dinner tonight.
What for?
Oh, it'll be nice, George. Just the three of us.
Oh, yeah, all right. Yeah. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, I've got this darts match tonight. See, it's the British Legion.
Oh, it'll be nice, just the two of us.
Oh, don't be like that. No, I'm on the team the first time.
Please yourself.
87, 88, 89 and a half. Oh, I'll never save up enough.
Ah. Well, I've been thinking about this, Tristram, and I've decided. You can have a skateboard for your birthday. How's that?
Don't want a skateboard. We've all gone off skateboards.
You've what?
I want a Star Wars robot. Alistair's got a Star Wars robot.
Go and clean your teeth before the babysitter arrives.
Can I have a Star Wars robot?
No, you can't. Teeth.
Careful. What time have you booked the table for?
Oh, 8:30-ish. Anne, how'd you like a skateboard for your birthday?
Would you like a wafer thin after dinner mint?
No, I couldn't manage it. That was a marvellous meal, Mildred. I'm going to miss all this, you know.
Oh, so am I. Yeah, I suppose this is the last chance we'll get for a little chat.
Well,
Or perhaps a brandy.
Oh.
I bought a couple of bottles, especially for the occasion. Yes. Here we are, then. Oh, come on. Oh! Oh, I'm not sure I should have had that third glass of wine.
no. I hadn't realised that George wouldn't be here tonight.
Darts.
Ah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even if he was here, he'd just be sitting in front of the television as usual. As it is, he'll be out for hours.
Oh, will he? Yes. What is on the television tonight?
Oh, nothing much. Would you like to hear another record? Do you like Mantovani?
No. Well, I mean, sometimes, yeah, but... you sure you want this brandy?
Yes, I think I do.
It's been a very pleasant month, my stay here.
Oh, it's been very pleasant for me, too.
Yes, but you see...
You know, I do sometimes get a bit lonely.
Mildred, Mrs. Roper, I'm not sure that I think there's something you ought to know about me.
What?
I'm gay.
I'm pretty cheerful myself.
No. You see, I mean, I'm gay.
You... Oh, you mean you're...
Gay.
Yes. Oh, well, yeah. Oh, what a terrible waste.
Yeah. I thought I was going to be on the team with Sid breaking his darts arm and that.
He's better with his left than you are with your right, George.
Might as well stay at home.
Still, it's a nice change to get away from the wife, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. And get away from the lodger.
Left them alone together, did you?
Who?
You're Mildred and Rogers, the lodger. Very trusting of you, George. Oh, nice one, Randall.
What do you mean?
Well, they're known for it, aren't they? Travelling salesman in there with this month's special offer at the drop of a samples case.
Would you care to step outside and repeat that insinuendo?
All right.
Oh, yeah, well, no. You probably didn't mean it that way.
You are wet, George. I've got nothing against your missus. I'm not saying anything against her. She's a very good-looking woman.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
Yes, she is. And these fellas, well, it's all part of their training course, isn't it?
Oh, no. I mean, Mildred wouldn't fall for a thing like that. Not Mildred. I mean, she's far too sort of, well, excuse me. Mildred? Mildred? Rogers. Mildred!
George, what are you doing?
Where were you?
In the kitchen.
Oh, I see. Right, come on out there.
I'm already out.
Not you. Rogers. Where is he?
Well, he went for a walk after dinner.
Oh.
What do you want him for?
Well, no, I thought I'd invite him out for a drink.
Oh, well, he's not here. So you can take me instead.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, get your coat on then.
What happened to the darts match?
Oh, well, I decided some things are more important than playing darts. Like take my own little wife out.
Oh, George, I think you've had a couple of drinks already. Still, gin and tonic.
Right, leave it to me, my sweet. A large one.
Get away, you didn't. Not really.
Not funny. It's a bit sad, really. What else could I do? Frustrated middle-aged woman makes a pass at me. I had to tell her I was gay.
You? Gay? Not after last night.
Yeah, well, I suppose it's understandable. After all, look at that husband of hers. He's a bit wet.
How, I've got you a packet of crisps.
George, I've just been insulted.
You what?
Insulted.
Coming back to my place, then?
Well, why not? Can't be too long tonight.
It's him.
I know who it is.
Well, what did he say?
Never mind, he insulted me.
Ah, Edward, care for a drink?
Oh, afraid we're just leaving. Thank you very much, Geoffrey. I've got a prospect to see to.
Always on the job, eh?
Yes, bye.
I'll tell you what I would like for my birthday.
What's that?
A Star Wars robot.
You've been got at.
Let me see if I got this straight. You say you were insulted, but you won't tell me what he said.
Well, it's too hurtful, George.
I'm not having that. No one's allowed to insult my wife except me.
And he said you were a bit wet.
A bit wet, eh?
Yes.
Oh. We'll see who's a bit wet.
Zero. George, how did a pair of your braces get behind this settee?
I don't know. Oh, yeah. Remember that time that you won a bottle of Spanish brandy on the bingo?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and we drank it, and you got a bit frisky.
Oh, that night, yes. You mean they've been down there for 10 years?
Well, I suppose so. Hey, they've got all knots in them, Mildred.
Yes. Ooh, what a night that was. Ooh.
Well, you may seem to remember it that way. It would not have hurt a certain person to have said please.
There you go, George. They're both past it. Come on, move yourself. That's it.
Hey, It's a good film on telly tonight, Mildred.
Huh?
The Tentacles of Dr. Evil. It's about this scientist who creates the most frightening monster in the world.
George, have you forgotten my sister?
You're all right, the second most frightening.
Ethel and Humphrey are coming to dinner tonight, George. You are not watching television.
You said they were coming next week.
That was last week. This week is next week.
Oh, God, that's all I need, isn't it? The night with Madam Moneybags and her husband. Oh, what a sweet little house. We must get another one like it for me dog.
George, I am perfectly well aware that you don't like my sister. I've seen the dart holes in her photograph. But tonight, George, you are going to be the perfect host. You are not going to flick peas about. You are not going to make a gravy moat round your mashed potatoes. And most of all, George, at the end of the meal, you are not going to blow your nose on your napkin.
You're talking about last time, aren't you?
Yes. The time before that, I am trying to blank out of my mind.
Well, it wasn't my fault. It was a new top set and I had a cough.
Oh.
If your Ethel had had any manners, she'd have eaten her soup and said nothing.
George!
I don't know what to do next.
Oh, there's lots you could do. I mean, you could take my piece there.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Not at all, not at all. Now then. Here we are.
You've taken all my pieces.
Of course. You must learn to be a good loser, Tristram.
I am a good loser. I get a lot of practice.
No, that's a defeatist attitude.
That's because I keep getting defeated.
Yes, well, go and get washed and changed for Granny's.
All right. Do I have to come with you?
Yes, you do. She may give you a game of drafts.
She always wins too. Mum, do I have to go to Granny's?
I'm afraid so.
She always looks in my ears to see if there's any potatoes there.
I know. She does the same to me. So go on, make sure they're clean.
Ah, Anne. Aren't you going to ask me who won?
I don't need to. You never let him win.
Well, it's for his own good. He's got to learn to cope with life as it really is. It can be disappointing. It can be hard.
Like a visit to your mother.
Yes. But let's not forget that she has a large house that someday will be left to somebody.
Well, you're her only child.
Right, so it's a toss-up between me and her cats. And I wouldn't put it past that Ginger Tom to put it straight on the market.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. Ugh. That looks finger-licking horrible.
It's poulet rôti, George, with stuffing.
I don't know how you can bring yourself to do that, Mildred.
Step this way and I'll show you.
No, thank you. What are we eating with it?
Pommes frites.
Well, are we having any potatoes?
No, we're not, George. We're having pommes frites.
Cool. As soon as your Ethel comes round, you get all fancy. Taking the salt out the packet.
Well, I want everything to be properly done, George, you know. Snowy white napkins, gleaming cutlery, freshly cut flowers on the table. And for a start, you can wipe the gunge off that sauce bottle.
All fancy. You can't compete, Mildred. She's got a different knife and fork for every course, without having to wash up in between.
Well, we'll have a full set, George, as soon as you buy another 10 gallons.
And she's got proper wine glasses.
So have we.
Yeah, but ours have got British Rail on.
Well, not all of them. Anyway, George, it's the food that makes us successful. Oh, blow. I've run out of stuffing.
There's a packet of polyfiller in the shed.
I've never liked cats. Selfish creatures. When they look at Mother, they don't see a frail old lady. They see a warehouse full of cat meat.
A large detached property.
Nonsense. I'm very fond of my mother. I'm even wearing the tie she gave me. And greater love hath no man.
Red and blue. If you had a white suit, we could run you up a flagpole.
Oh, don't sneer, Anne. The day may well come when you're old and lonely and colourblind.
And I just don't like the way she makes Tristram recite his tables before he gets any pudding.
It never did me any harm.
All right. What's 7 nines?
What? Oh, don't be so childish. Incidentally, I wouldn't wear that dress. Mother's very superstitious about blue.
It's green.
Yes, but she's not to know that. 56.
Oh, Geoffrey, shame on you.
I never liked pudding anyway.
Hello, love. Sorry to bother you, but I got this slight problem.
Ah, as long as it's not arithmetic.
No, No, love, no. No, I was stuffing this chicken, you see, and it seems to be a bit bigger on the inside than it is on the outside, so I need more stuffing.
Oh. Right, well, come through, Mildred.
OK, thank you.
Mummy, do I have to wash in both ears?
Yes, you do.
But she only ever looks in one.
Well, she might pick the wrong one.
I'll take a chance.
You will not, both of them, and comb your hair.
Couldn't I comb my hair over my ears?
You could not. Honestly. Geoffrey, it's Mildred.
What? Mrs. Roper.
Good afternoon, Mr. Formal. Ooh. What an interesting tie.
Yes, it's the official tie of the Cat Lovers Association.
Oh, I didn't know you liked cats.
I don't. There's no point in letting them know that. 63.
About time, too. Come on through, Mildred.
Thank you, love.
And don't forget to wash behind our ears before we go. Would you like a cup of tea, Mildred?
Oh, lovely. My sister and her husband are coming to dinner.
Oh, yes, the one you call the awful king of Oxshott.
Yes. Oh, they got a lovely house out there. All built on pig livers.
Will sage and onion do?
Oh, yes, lovely. Oh, and do you think I could borrow your carving knife? Oh. Only George has ruined ours trying to sharpen his darts.
It. Anything else?
Well, we might need your pastry brush. If I can't get the creosote out of ours. Oh, and that great big roasting tin of yours. Oh, and
well, look, I'll tell you what, Mildred, I tell you what. You take the key, and if there's anything else you need, pop in and help yourself, because we're going out.
Oh, lovely. Thank you, dear. Anywhere nice?
Oh, we're just going to see Geoffrey's mother, and Sammy and Marmalade, Tiddles and Ginger, Smokey and Fluff.
Oh, well, I mustn't hold you up.
Oh, please do. Have a biscuit with your tea.
Oh.
All right, all right. Keep your hair on.
Hello, George.
Hello, Ted. Oh, this is a surprise. Oh, come in.
So, I thought this was your address.
Yeah, go through.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen you since the darts match at British Legion. Remember when I got my dart through your hand?
I remember, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and you had to have a course of injections.
That's right, I did.
Oh, it's nice to see you again. I don't get a lot of mates dropping round.
No, they wouldn't.
Well, I keep inviting them, but they never seem to get round to it somehow. Would you fancy a drop of scotch?
Oh, Tar, yeah, I wouldn't say no.
Oh,
yeah.
Good. You still got the job with the gas board?
Electricity board.
Yeah, oh, yeah, well, same difference. I suppose you were working nearby and you thought you'd drop in for a chat, eh?
Ah, not exactly. Oh, Tar. Well, I've just come round.
Cheers.
Cheers. I've just come round to cut your electricity off.
I thought I'd give them a nice homemade apple pie.
Providing they remember their tables.
Pardon?
Oh, nothing, Mildred. So you're going to be slaving over a hot stove all afternoon?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's done that then. Well, it's nothing personal, George. I mean, but if you don't pay your electricity bill,
Well, I was meant to pay it, but I got let down very, very badly by Lester Pickett. Oh. Listen, how would it be if I gave you a cheque right now?
Well, you gave us a cheque last time, but according to this, the bank sent it back.
Oh, I don't understand it. It says on the door, assets of 300 million quid.
Theirs, not yours. And you did have a lot of warnings.
Yeah, but I didn't open them, so it doesn't count.
Besides, I'm not allowed to accept payment. Now, I'll just check that everything's not working properly. Oh, that's fine, yes.
Listen, Ted, what about friendship?
Oh, you can have that, but you can't have the electricity.
I see. So that's all this means, eh? Well, I don't mind telling you, Ted, this is a dark day for me.
It will be later on, won't it?
We got people coming round tonight. I mean, the central heating won't be working, the refrigerator will be off, we'll be eating our dinner in the dark.
Oh, no, you won't, because your cooker won't be working either. Cheerio.
Oh, my God. You see, Mildred, what happened was that I was on my way to the electricity board place, see, to pay the bill with the money you gave me, and these 4 masked hooligans. Well, 6 masked hooligans. They fell on me, and oh, God.
George?
Oh, you're back? Yeah, but how are they all next door?
Oh, they're fine. and gave him the key to the back door. They've gone to visit his mother.
Oh, good. We must do that sometimes.
We don't know his mother.
No, I mean my mother. Apart from the fact she's been dead for years. Your mother.
Are you all right?
Fine. But don't turn on the kettle.
Why not?
President Carter says we've got to save energy.
But if President Carter can make chicken stock with cold water, he's welcome to come and try. Oh, the little light hasn't gone on.
Oh, good, that'll save a bit.
Well, phone him up and tell him. George, the light in the oven hasn't gone on either. Oh, perhaps it's a fuse.
That's right. Yes, it's probably a fuse, see?
Oh,
no, Mildred, hold on, it's a power cut. Yes, that's what it is, it's a power cut.
All right, then. I'll phone the electricity board and find out.
No, you can't do that.
Why can't I? I mean, a power cut doesn't affect the telephone.
No, it is a fuse.
Pardon?
Yeah, I can smell it. Yeah, you leave it to me.
No, George, no. The last time you mended a fuse, you didn't have any eyebrows for 3 weeks. And you ruined a perfectly good hairpin. I'll do it.
Yeah, no, wait a minute. It's not a fuse, it's, how much do you know about electricity?
Well, not a lot.
Oh, yeah. Well, you've heard of a short circuit, haven't you?
Yeah?
Well, this is a long circuit. Very tricky.
I'll phone them.
Yeah, no, I'll fix it.
But hurry up, George. I mean, they'll be here by 6 o'clock. I haven't got the dinner in the oven yet.
Yeah, all right, Mildred. Oh.
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
Yeah. I've bypassed the meter to shorten the long circuit, and I've wired it into the Hooker Junction wash lane. Yeah, all right?
Yes, I suppose so. George, it's still not working.
Well, I haven't finished yet. Right. Now then, we put this plug in here, you see, and, Viola.
George, I really don't think you know what... George, the cooker's come on.
You have no faith in me, have you?
Oh, well, let's face it, George. The last time you mentioned a water pipe, we had gas coming through the hot tap.
Well, that's a mistake anybody could make.
Yeah, every time I wanted to fill a kettle, I had to turn the gas fire on.
Well, I've done this right. Look, here. Yeah, see? We've got 2 lamps in here, and a lamp and a cooker in there.
Is that all?
Oh, truth, Millie, if I put any more on the cable, it'll dilute the voltage. Right, it'll do for tonight. I'll just tuck this lot away.
Well, if you...
There's one advantage. They won't be able to see what they're eating.
Go and put your tie on.
Come in.
Hello, George. Here, your front doorbell doesn't seem to be working.
It's gone in for its 3,000-mile service. The light bulb's gone too. Shall I take your coat, Ethel?
Well,
Sorry.
Go!
Mind the step.
Thank you.
He touched my bottom.
Really? He was lucky to find it. Oh, it's in here. Oh, hello, Mildred.
Hello, Humphrey. Lovely to see you. Oh, Ethel, darling.
Mildred.
I see you've lowered the lighting.
Yes.
How very wise.
Yes. Sherry, George.
I'm doing it.
Right,
now then, Sherry. Let's have a look.
Oh, your
Sherry.
Your cocktail cabinet doesn't play the bells of St. Mary's anymore.
No. We haven't plugged it in. We're heeding the government's warning.
Why? Was it dangerous to your health?
No, we're trying to save energy.
Well, we're doing our bit. We turn off the underwater lighting in the pool during the day.
You mean you keep it open during the winter?
Oh, yes. Mainly for the dog.
Oh, what a lucky little Basset. Would you care for a canape?
Sure.
I made them from a magazine article.
Yeah, it tastes like it.
Well, dinner will be in about an hour, so we've got lots of time to chat.
Oh, good.
Yes. Isn't Isn't this nice?
Did you count those kittens, I swear they're trying to outbreed us.
Well, they have 4 or 5 at a time, Geoffrey. I can't compete with that.
I beat Granny at drafts. I beat Granny at drafts.
All right, I know you did. She's probably cutting you out of her will at this very moment.
Go up and get your homework, Tristram.
All right.
What have you got?
I've got to write an essay.
Huh?
I'll do one about how I beat Granny at drafts.
Up.
I beat Granny at drafts.
You did not help by sitting on Tiddles.
Well, I apologised.
Not to Tiddles. Mother noticed it.
Well, I'll write it a note.
Well, that might help. Though I doubt if... What's the back door doing there?
I don't know. Oh, it might be Mildred. I left her the key.
And what's this?
I don't know. It seems to be going into next door.
Yes.
Another sherry, Humphrey?
Oh, no, thank you. No. Very nice. Unusual, isn't it? Not often you see a sparkling sherry.
No, it's Moroccan, you know.
Very nice.
Yeah, very cheap.
Yes.
Ethel, that lamp moved.
It's supposed to move.
No, not up and down. Sideways.
I've just put the potatoes in.
Mildred, it moved.
Pardon?
When you came into the room, it moved.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, did it really?
Not up and down, sideways. Let's do it again. Look, look, look.
Oh, perhaps the house is tilting. These inexpensive properties do sometimes subside.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Hey, here, that one's going now. Look, look. Here, someone must be putting the cable.
Excuse me, just a moment, I'll be back in a minute.
This is theft. He's stealing my electricity.
Well, I did say they could borrow anything they wanted.
Yes, but what's on the end of this? That's what I'd like to know.
Hello, son.
Mr. Roper.
I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't pull on this.
Right, I'll unplug it then.
No, no, you can't do that. It's my plug.
In my socket.
Oh, just a minute. No.
Do try one of the pink ones. It's cod roe. A sort of caviar. Oh, dear. We seem to be having trouble with the electrics.
Yes, I'd spotted that.
We have our own generator, of course.
How lucky for you. Do have a stuffed olive.
Eh? Oh, yeah, just a minute. Oh, yeah. Thank you. I like stuffed olive.
Are you going anywhere nice for your holidays?
Oh, well, we thought that we
Mildred, the lights have gone out.
Yes. We always go to Blackpool ourselves.
Well, shouldn't you be doing something about it?
Oh, no, love. We never book until January. Well, I'll just go and see if I can find some candles. Help yourself to sherry.
No, thank you.
I will kill him. Ow! Oh, just wait till I get hold of him. I'll fix it. Don't you worry. Oh.
Mildred.
Come here. You have just 10 seconds to explain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I was on my way to pay the electric bill, see, and these 8 masked hooligans.
George, you didn't pay it. They've cut us off.
Yeah, well, it could have been 9 masked hooligans, Mildred.
I mean, the chicken is only half cooked.
Well, couldn't we give them the half that's cooked?
What am I going to tell Ethel and Humphrey?
Well, you can blame me if you like.
I do.
Well, it wasn't altogether my fault. It's partly Lester Pickett's. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll go in and explain.
You will not. I'm not going to have my sister think that I can't pay my bills. Oh, look at him. What are we going to give him to eat?
Yeah, George. It's a funny kind of power cut. All the houses across the street are all lit up.
Yeah, it's a bit odd, that, isn't it?
Here we are, then. I hope nobody minds cold soup.
Or is it Vichy soys or gazpacho?
Oxtail.
Not for me, thank you. What are we having to follow?
Fish paste salad. But there's not enough to go round.
Thank God for that.
So I'm just having a Weetabix.
Oh, God. Oh, Mildred. Look, I'm sorry. I know it's not your fault about the power, you know, and all that. Look, why don't we go round to the Grand Hotel, eh? I'll pay. I mean, we could have a nice bit of roast beef round there.
Well, George.
I wouldn't mind that, Mildred.
And we could get some decent wine as well.
All right, I'll give him a ring and book a table.
Yeah, oh, no, why don't we stay here, see? Fish-based salad, yum, 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 yum.
No, well, it's only just 10 minutes away, and then we can get... Hello. Your phone's gone.
Well, we could have a sing-song later, eh?
Oh, it's funny. It's gone right dead. Seems to have been cut off.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I mean, it was all right yesterday when I... George. George. Did you pay the bill?
Well, I was going to, see, but these 10 masked hooligans fell on me.
Geoffrey, do you want one sausage or two?
Huh?
Tristram, ask your father how many sausages he wants.
How many sausages do you want?
6,360,000.
Oh, I get the big pen out.
Working days lost to strike action. I blame the TUC.
That's a rude word.
It most certainly is.
I thought it was. You always spell out rude words.
Conservatives have the right idea.
Daddy,
Hmm?
is the Conservatives the same thing as a Tory twit?
Where did you pick up that sort of phrase? Mr. Roper.
Here we are, George. Your favourite breakfast. Bacon doorsteps, peanut butter and brown sauce.
Oh, yeah.
There's your mug of tea.
Is it strong?
Oh, yes. When I poured the milk in, it nearly bounced out again.
I like it hot and strong, like I used to get it in the old days.
Yes, don't we all? And I've left the pan, George, so you can wipe round it with your crusts.
Oh, yeah, right. You've been very nice, Mildred. What are you after, eh?
Oh, George. Can't a wife be nice to her hubby without wanting something?
No.
No, you're right. I do want something. Look, I want to talk about our holiday.
Oh, yeah. Majorca?
Yeah.
That's abroad.
Oh, only just.
Well, hang on. We always go to Mrs. Muldoon's boarding house in Blackpool every year. What's wrong with that?
We always go there every year. That's what's wrong with it.
Yeah, but we meet people we know, friends. Like that fat woman with the wart and a stupid husband. Friends.
We always get the room next to the toilet.
So?
When she serves curry on a Thursday, I don't sleep all night. I want a bit of glamour and excitement on my holiday, George.
Well, we could try a donkey ride this year.
I want to feel the sun caressing me on the beach.
What, young Fred?
Not Mrs. Muldoon's son. That son, in Mallorca.
No, I never liked foreign parts, Mildred. Not since I was overcharged in Llandudno.
Oh. You like Mallorca? It's got sun and sand and wine and guitars.
Do they play darts?
All the time.
I don't know, Mildred. We don't speak a word of Majorcan.
I mean, it's a bit like Spanish, I expect, George. And don't tell me you can't afford it.
Oh, yeah, no, we can't afford it.
Ah, we can. If we travel with a club or a group, we can save up to 40%.
Well, if we don't go, we can save 100%. Anyway, what sort of club?
Well, it's there are all sorts, George. Oh, I mean, there's the Women's Institute, there's the Boys' Brigade.
I'm not a woman, I'm not a boy.
Hello. And that cat's out the working man's club as well. Oh, George, there are all sorts of others. And it would cost no more than Blackpool.
Yeah, but it's all that foreign food, Mildred. Sheep's eyeballs and sauerkraut. I like the honest British whelk.
Oh, George, come on. Just think about it.
Yeah, all right. I'll tell you what I'll do.
Yeah?
I'll think about it, and then I'll say no.
So what did he say?
No.
Oh, dear.
Oh, don't worry about it, dear. He always says no on principle. He's been saying it ever since we were married.
Do you think you can persuade him?
Every man has his breaking point.
Oh, I know. I mean, Geoffrey. I always get round him by putting on my see-through nightdress and nibbling his ear.
Well, I only want to persuade George, not terrify him out of his wits.
Well, I've got the forms for you to join the association.
Oh, good. You don't think Mr. Cornwall will mind us coming to Mallorca, you know, with all of you?
Well, he hasn't said anything. Mind you might want to tell him.
Oh, it'll be lovely. I haven't been abroad since we went on our honeymoon to Dunkirk. And even then I was let down by the weather, amongst other things.
Oh, I think I've got a touch of wind, Mildred, indigestion.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's probably that pickled onion and liver sausage I had after breakfast.
Probably. Now, George, about Mallorca.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that all morning, Mildred. And I've taken into consideration your well-reasoned argument, you know, about Mrs. Muldoon's and wanting a change, a touch of glamour like you get in Mallorca, you know, the wine, sun and guitars, and I've made my decision.
Yes?
I'm not going. It's not for me, Mildred.
Look, Mallorca does not have to be glamorous, George. Oh, you can get English beer, fish and chips, mugs of tea. It can be quite dull.
Real British keg beer?
Oh, yes. And you can paddle with your trousers rolled up, knotted hanky on your head, your braces dangling.
Yeah, well, you make it sound good, Mildred.
You'll love it, George. You'll sit on the beach, sucking whelks, candy flossing your eyebrows, your boots round your neck, and oh God, I'm not taking you with me, George. I'm not going to take you with me.
Don't upset yourself, Mildred.
No, you're going to stay here. You'll just spoil it for me, George.
All right, I will come.
Right. Sign that.
What is it?
Well, this is to join the association, you see, George. It will give us a cheap package tour, you know, so that we're eligible for it. Just sign there.
Oh, yeah. What association is it exactly?
On the bottom, George.
Why are you covering the top with your hand, Mildred? What organisation is this? The Conservative Association.
Just a moment. I've brought him a little present.
He's outside. What have you brought him?
Some Conservative Party political pamphlets.
Oh, just what he wanted.
And he has been brainwashed by Arthur Scargill next door. He's only heard one side of the picture. It's up to me to tell him the truth. Now, for instance, this one will help him understand the Conservative policy towards the unions.
Good. Then he can explain it to me.
Mr. Roper says they just want to bash them.
Yes, well, that is an oversimplification. You see? Sit down, soldier.
Are you going to tell me a story?
Well, in a way, yes. Let's see. The economics of freedom. Now, I may paraphrase a little here. Once upon a time...
Are there any cowboys in it?
Dennis Healy does get a mention, yes. Once upon a time, there was this golden-haired Thatcher who was wise and good and had magic powers.
Oh, boy.
I'm not joining that lot, Mildred. I'm Labour. My father was Labour, and his father was probably Labour, only they never knew who he was.
George, it's only on the social side. They organise things.
Yeah, wish drives an aid of the death penalty.
Dances, fetes, trips abroad.
A leopard cannot change his spots, Mildred.
You can keep your spots. I mean, George, I'm not asking you to become a Tory. Just join the Conservatives.
What?
Lie, George. Pretend. Oh, come on. You're good at pretending. I mean, night after night, you lie there, your eyes wide open, snoring.
Don't start that again.
Look, George, just sign it. I mean, you don't have to do anything afterwards. Just think of it as our marriage certificate.
Why is it when we have an argument, you always bring bed into it?
All right, George. All right, I won't mention it again. I won't mention bed, ever.
What, never?
Well, like... All right. Never.
Oh,
There, you see, it's easy to lie. Now sign it.
But you don't seem to realise you're asking me to betray a lifetime of deeply held political principles, convictions which to me are dearer than life itself.
I'll pay for the holiday out of my own savings.
On the bottom here, is that right?
Yeah. So that's agreed. We fit the dinner dance in between the raffle and the cheese and wine party.
Yes.
Now, tickets for all three have been selling very well, thanks to Geoffrey.
Oh, good old Geoffrey.
And it is most encouraging to see such a revival of interest in politics.
Indeed, yes.
Yes. Penelope.
Thank you. New memberships. Well, so far this month we've had no fewer than 7 applications. 6 of them following the party political broadcast. That's the Labour one, not us. They're all local people. Indeed, one of them lives next door to our own Mr. Formile. So I suggest we follow him.
Just a moment. What name is that?
Mr. Roper. G. Roper.
He's a Bolshevik. We can't. I mean, good Lord, Penelope, that man, he's one of them.
What, as well as being a Bolshevik?
Yes, no. We can't allow his sort to infiltrate us. It'll be like Reg Prentice at Newham North East.
Ah, no. Reg Prentice, now, there's a good chap.
Well, perhaps this, Mr. Roper has seen the light as well.
No. I'm sorry, Penelope. I cannot believe that this man is a Conservative. I mean, at the very best, he's a liberal.
Oh, yeah.
Shocking.
However, I don't wish to be vindictive about this, so let's just tear up his application form and send it back.
Continental breakfast. What's that exactly?
Spanish bacon with Spanish doorsteps, Spanish peanut butter and Spanish brown sauce.
Oh, yeah, it sounds all right. Oh, yeah, they got twin beds. That's good. Sauna, swimming pool, cocktail bar. There's no mention of a darts board here, Mildred.
Oh, of course there is, George. Look, you see? You know, they make visits to it.
Oh, Plaza del Taurus.
Yes. Well, that's Mallorcan for dartboard.
Oh, yeah? Why they got a drawing of a bull?
Well, you have a ball on a dartboard, don't you, George?
Oh, yeah, that's true. International Cabaret in the Sombrero Lounge. Oh, El Loco Golf for residents only. Oh, I see they got flamingo lessons in the ballroom.
Yes, George. Mr. Formile wants a word with you. Oh, please sit down.
Thank you. Evening. It's to do with your application to join our Conservative Association. I'm on the committee, you know.
No, I did not know that.
We felt we'd like to have a little chat about you, about your political views, before we make our decision.
This is your idea, isn't it?
Oh, no. I favoured a completely different form of action.
Mr. Formile, how nice of you.
Yes. We want to be convinced that you are sincere in your desire to become a Tory twit tomorrow afternoon, all right?
I've decided, Mildred, I'm not going.
Ah, so we're back to square one, are we? Now, look, George.
I'm not going to stand there being interrogated by that lot. It'd be like the Inquisition.
George, there are going to be no racks, no thumbscrews, no red-hot pokers. Not unless you let me down.
I'm sorry, Mildred. I'd rather we change the subject, if you don't mind.
All right, then, George. Last night in bed...
Oh, yeah. Well, supposing I do go and see them, what do I say?
Well, you simply tell them you want to join the Conservative Party.
Oh, I don't.
You do. I mean, what alternative is there?
Mrs. Muldoon's in Blackpool.
It's like instant replay. Now, look, George, look. I have tried bribery. I have tried reason. There's only one thing left. Give me a little finger.
Oh, no. Violence never sold anything.
No, but it will make me feel better. Give it to me.
Up you get, Tiger. That's it. Out the way. Good boy. Everything all right? Good, good. That's my best briar.
I thought I'd clean it for you. It's only washing up liquid.
Yeah. Well, that's very... I think it's clean enough. Go and find something else to do.
Have you got any more of those pamphlets?
Yes. Yes, I have. Have you finished with the others? Good. Let's see. Education. Oh, transport policy, huh?
Thank you.
That's all right. Enjoy yourself. Yeah. Oh. Anne? Anne? Look at this. Look.
Oh, very clever, Geoffrey. Aren't you a bit old for that?
What's that son of yours? Honestly. Still, he is taking an interest in politics.
By blowing bubbles.
What? No. Those pamphlets seem to have caught his little imagination.
Oh, yes. Will you be late tonight?
I shouldn't think so. The moment Roper opens his mouth, they'll see right through him.
You are going to give him a fair trial.
Don't be ridiculous. Of course we are. But I doubt if he'll even turn up.
Hurry it up, Mildred. My legs are getting cold.
I want a perfect crease, George. By the time I've finished, you'll be able to slice tomatoes with it. George, why are you whitening your plimsolls?
You said you wanted me to look smart.
Go and put your best shoes on.
Oh, no, they hurt me feet last time.
Only because you left the shoe on in them. Here you are, George. There we are. Have you washed your moustache?
What? Yeah, of course I have. The trouble with you, Mildred, you always try to... Oh, they're hot.
Right. And they've got a perfect crease in them, George, so don't go bending your legs.
Well, suppose they offer me a chair. What do I do, stand on it?
Use your initiative. Right, there's your clean hanky. That's it. I'll give you a little brush down. Oh, George. I mean, look at this lot. You're molting. I mean, can't you use a new hair cream? Try Aerodite.
You don't leave a man much dignity, do you, Mildred?
Oh, George, don't be so silly.
Now, get off.
Right, now, let's have a look at you. Come on, give us a twirl.
No.
Come on. Yes. Who's a clever little dick, then? Who's wearing a red tie?
I like it.
Blue.
Oh, dear. All this messing about just for a cheap holiday.
Oh, George, it'll be worth it. And I know you won't let me down, because I'm coming with you.
We don't usually vet people like this, you know.
Well, this man needs vetting, believe me.
Thank you, Penelope, but is it really necessary?
In this case, yes. I've told you he's a lefty. Ah, thank you.
I better see if he's arrived.
Yes. I think I'll adjust the lighting.
All a bit mastermind, isn't it?
Mr. and Mrs. Roper.
Mrs.? Good afternoon. Excuse me, let me get you a chair.
Yes. You know Mr. Foy, of course, and this is Mr. West, our chairman.
How do you do?
How do you do, I'm sure.
Do sit down.
Oh, thank you.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Oh, most kind.
Mr. Roper?
I wish to join the party because it upholds the freedom of the people.
Not yet. Milk, no sugar.
Now, this is, of course, completely informal.
Oh, right. See, I could have worn me plimsolls.
We'd just like a little chat about your political views.
Yeah, oh, he's very much one of you. Aren't you, George?
Oh, yeah. I'm all for subsidising caviar, top hats, hanging and flogging, especially trade unions.
Do you have any views on the assignment of fiscal powers and the controversy over devolution?
Oh, yeah, definitely, yes.
What are they?
Well,
Same as yours.
Ah, well, mine are considered rather unorthodox by the party hierarchy.
Oh, so are his.
Oh, yes. What about the unions?
Oh, well, I'll go along with that fella, you know, Sir Keith, what's name?
Joseph.
Yeah, Sir Joseph, what's name? Yeah, I'll go along with him.
So you're against the closed shop?
Oh, absolutely. Especially on Sunday when you run out of firelighters.
Well, perhaps I better answer for him. He doesn't always know what he thinks.
He's doing very well.
Hang on, Mildy, I can speak for myself. I mean, I reckon it's about time that all the bloated capitalists, see, like yourselves, were given a fair crack of the whip. I mean, let us say at one stroke that all men were born more equal than others. If you squeeze our pips, do we not bleed?
Well, Mr...
England. Our England. This precious jewel set in a sea of troubles. We may never see the pound in our pocket in our lifetime again. But let there be light, even though they're going out all over Europe.
Yes. Perhaps Mrs. Roper should answer for him.
Quite. Europe. How do you feel about coming out of the market?
Well, I usually come out of Kingston Street, see? Then I turn left by the War Memorial.
The EEC.
Yeah, the EEC War Memorial, yeah. Then I'll go right, see?
Thank you, Mr. Roper. I think we've heard enough.
But surely if you turn right, it's a one-way street.
Thank you, Penelope. Bernard, shall we...
Yes, now...
Excuse us.
How do you feel about this?
He seems perfectly harmless to me.
The man's a fool.
That has never been a bar to entering politics.
Yeah, I made a distinct impression there, Mildred.
Yes, I'm afraid you did.
Do you think it'd help if I did my impersonation of Ted Heath?
No.
Yes, well now, first of all, thank you for coming along to see us. And you'll be pleased to know that we voted that you should be allowed to join the association by a majority of 2 to 1. So, welcome.
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Right, well, now we're in, I'd like to put our name down for the cheap trip.
Cheap trip?
Yes, the package tour to Mallorca. Though it does seem a bit early to mention it.
Oh, Mallorca. Yes. Geoffrey.
The package tour. Of course. Sorry, fully booked up weeks ago.
What?
Not a place left. Sorry.
You mean I joined your lot for nothing?
I wouldn't quite say that. There is the question of your subscription.
You'll be lucky. I found that very humiliating, Mildred.
So did I. EEC War Memorial.
Well, you do have to turn right. Anyway, don't let's quarrel about it, Mildred. Let's be friends for once, eh?
Oh, well, all right then, George. Little fingers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. No, I'm sorry about Majorca, but you wouldn't have liked it, all that sun and that. You know you always peel. You'd had a nose like a rotten pineapple.
You know how to flatter a woman, George.
Yeah, anyway, it's boring flying. You can't see anything.
You could, if you opened your eyes.
We're better off in Blackpool with our own sort. Yeah, I'll tell you what I'll do, Mildred. I'll phone Mrs. Madoon right now, see, and book her holiday. How's that?
Oh, bliss!
How did it go?
You'll never believe this, Anne. He wanted to join our association just to go on that tour to Mallorca.
Surely not.
He could have been in the room next to us, drunk and singing at 2 o'clock in the morning. And you know those Spanish hotels, you can even hear the beds creak.
I don't think we'd have been bothered much by that.
Well, he's not coming.
Well, why not? There's plenty of room on the trip.
Is there? Is there really?
Well, you should know. You're organising it.
Well, he's not eligible. He's resigned. Oh, I've brought back some more of our pamphlets for Tristram.
Oh, good. He's been asking for them.
Has he really?
Says they're very useful.
Useful? For what?
Oh, all sorts of things.
Yeah?
I'll phone phoned Mrs. Muldoon, Mildred.
And?
We can't get in. She says she's fully booked up. She says the whole town's booked up.
But why?
Well, they're holding a conference there.
Who are?
The bloody Labour Party.
Oh, and this suit. I mean, this suit can go. Oh, look at it. Look at the lapels, green mouldy.
That's velvet. This is me teddy boy outfit.
You're not thinking of wearing it again?
Oh, yeah, they were the good days, Mildred. Oh, yeah, there was me, Slasher, Cycle Chain Sid. Yeah, we all had nicknames.
Yes, I remember yours, George. Bathwater. Why did they call you that?
I don't wish to discuss it.
Oh, come on, George. Why bathwater?
Because I used to run away. Oh. Yeah, well, I didn't like fighting. And some of those old ladies could get very vicious.
Oh, typical. Oh, and these. You can sling these, George. I mean, look at them. 3-inch rubber crepe.
Well, I might wear them again.
If you cough, you'll bounce right up to the ceiling. Sling them.
Oh, it's daft spring cleaning in the middle of winter.
I started it in spring. I'm still at it. Now, come on, help me down with this case. Come on, quick.
Oh, I shouldn't be doing this. My back isn't what it used to be.
Your front isn't what it used to be either. George. I mean, what have you got in that thing?
Well, memories. Treasures which I've accumulated over my lifetime.
Well, don't bother to open it. We'll just sling the lot.
Oh, yeah, hang on. Some of this could be very valuable.
Valuable? Oh, yes. Oh, what am I bid for this Dick Barton annual? I mean, do I hear $1 million guineas? Sold to the Arab gentleman. Oh, really? This is absolute nonsense, George. Pardon?
Oh, I said heartwarming there. I was wearing this when I first met you.
Yes, I know. And then you took it off. And you've left it off ever since. Oh, well. Right. Now, what's this lot?
Yeah, hang on. What's that? Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is a club I used to belong to.
Yeah?
Membership card, secret code book, yeah.
The Ovaltinis?
Yeah. Ah, that was a good club, that was, yeah. We are the Ovaltinis, happy girls and boys. I got expelled in the end for drinking Born Vita.
Oh. You have led a rich, full life, haven't you, George?
Yeah. Hang on, these could be worth a few bob.
What?
Yeah. Jean Krupa. Yeah, I used to like her. Big Bill Campbell and his Rocky Mountain Rhythms. The Stargazers are on the air. I think I'll take these down and play them.
If you are going downstairs, you can take the dog for a walk.
Yeah, all right.
First.
Right.
Ugh. Rubbish. Rubbish? Rubbish? My dearest Dorothy. Darling Dorothy? Dorothy?
And then fasten strut 1A into slot 2B.
2B. 2B. Or not to be. Yeah, well. Doesn't seem to fit.
And it doesn't look like the Queen Mary.
Oh, no. It doesn't, does it? You sure you haven't muddled up the box lids?
I might have done.
Oh, well, we'll get your mother to sort it out.
Why has she gone to the doctor's? Is she ill?
No, she's not ill.
Is she going to have a baby?
Where did you get that idea from?
I heard you having a row last night.
Well, we don't know yet. How would you like little brother or sister?
I'd rather have a hamster.
Yes.
But if she is having a baby and we have to have bunk beds, can I have the top one?
We'll see.
Geoffrey!
Ah, there's your mother. You stay here. I want to have a little chat with her. Finish off the Queen Mary. Well, what did he say?
Good morning, Mrs. Foremouse. Sorry to keep you waiting. Lot of flu about. Do sit down. Warm for the time of year.
Anne?
I've had the result of your test. You're not pregnant.
You're not? Oh.
I knew you'd be upset.
Oh, I am, for your sake.
Then why are you smiling?
Well, to cheer you up. Sit down, darling.
Oh, I was sort of looking forward to the patter of tiny feet.
Well, I might buy Tristram a hamster. No, I am sorry. But look at it this way. I mean, it would have affected our standard of living. No foreign holiday next year.
We could have put him in kennels.
No, I am sorry. But, well, let's be fair. It's not as if we were trying for a child. It would have been the result of, well, one of us forgetting to take the pill.
Well, it's not all my fault. It takes two to tango.
Well, so long as it doesn't happen again.
What? Never?
No, not that. I mean, this business. Believe me, I'm as disappointed as you are. Also means I can trade the car in.
Ooh.
Ah, Mildred, good morning.
Oh, pardon?
Sorry, Mrs. Roper. Do come in.
Oh, thank you. Is Anne doing anything?
Absolutely nothing. Do go through. It's Mrs. Roper. Do sit down.
Oh, thank you.
Hello, Mildred.
Hello, Anne.
Now, how about a little celebration drink, hmm?
What are you celebrating?
Well, the fact that you've come round here.
Oh, no. No, not for me, thank you. I've just come to have a little chat with Anne.
Ah, well, I think I'll just stroll down to the pub then.
Yes, have your celebration drink there.
Quite.
Well, he seems very cheerful.
Yes. It's more than you are.
Yeah, well, I've had a bit of a shock.
Oh?
Yeah, I found these letters, all in George's handwriting. And, oh, I know I shouldn't bother you about it, but, you know, you're the only friend I've got.
Dorothy? Who's Dorothy?
I don't know, but he's been writing letters to her for years, and they're very intimate.
Yes,
Yeah.
my word, they are. Well, it's probably an old girlfriend, Mildred.
But the last letter he wrote was 4 months ago.
Was it?
Yeah, look.
Oh, yes. Well, they couldn't have been posted, otherwise you wouldn't have found them.
Well, it's probably just a first draft. I mean, they're full of mistakes. I mean, look, your eyes are like limpid poles. No, we've got to face it, Anne. These are love letters. My husband is writing to another woman.
Ah, thank you.
So, it was all a false alarm then, eh?
Yes, thank heavens. Not for the first time either. Cheers.
It's women, you see. You can't rely on them. That's why I had the op last year.
The op? Oh, you mean,
vasectomy. Yes.
You wear badges?
I do. And a tie. Pays to advertise.
God, did you see there? I reckon that's St. Bernard fancied you.
Where exactly did you have it done?
Well, the usual place. St. Barnaby's.
Oh.
Half a bit, please, Sybil. Oh, afternoon.
Morning. Go on, what were you saying?
I know several chaps who've had it done. Graham, Nick, even Cyril.
Cyril? We must have been wrong about him.
Obviously. In my own case, my vasectomy was absolutely
Yeah.
necessary.
Have you had that done to you?
What? Yes. It was absolutely necessary.
You can't tell, not from your voice.
Mr. Roper, do you mind having a private conversation?
It's all right, you rely on me, it won't go any further. The people over the road have got a tomcat who's had that done.
It's not the same.
Well, it certainly is and doesn't want to know these days.
It's a completely different operation.
Will you have another?
I didn't think you could have it done more than once.
Another drink?
Well, oh, yeah, I'll have half a bitter.
I mean, I don't know what to do for the best. I mean, should I put them back? Pretend I've never found them?
Could you do that?
No, I could not.
So you're going to tackle him?
Like a rugby forward. Oh, thanks for lending me your ear.
Pleasure, Mildred. Bye.
Bye.
Am I going to have a baby brother?
Not this time, no.
Will I ever have one?
Very likely. Only don't tell Daddy.
Oh, dear. Oh, it's a bit nippy out there. Still, I gave her a good walk. Yeah, I met what's name from next door in the pub. In the park. Now then, I've been looking forward to playing these. Which one shall we have? Oh, yeah. Oh, you'll like this one, Mildred. Jealousy was over my jealousy. Your heart was broken, and angry words were spoken.
George, I am not in the mood.
Oh, that makes a change.
I've got a bone to pick with you, George. Come and sit down. Sit! Now, George, have you got anything to tell me? Freely, without any prompting from me?
Is it anything to do with me using your nightie to clean my motorbike?
No, it is not. It is much more personal.
Happy anniversary, Mildred.
Oh, it's not our anniversary, George. You have been doing something behind my back, secretly, ever since we were married.
Oh, that. Yeah, well, it's not uncommon, Mildred. I mean, lots of men use their wife's toothbrush.
I am talking about these.
Oh. Darling Dorothy, where'd you find these?
In that suitcase.
Oh, my God, yes.
Is that, or is that not your handwriting?
Well, it could be a very clever 4. Yes, it is mine.
All right, George. Who is she? Who is this Dorothy?
Well, I'd rather not say.
Do I know her?
No. Well, yes, in a sort of way.
Is it that one in the pet shop with the funny eye?
Certainly not.
Ah, then it's the barmaid in the British Legion. The one with the wig and the twitch.
You haven't got a very high opinion of me, have you?
No, I haven't, George. I dream about your eyes, your ruby red lips, your silken hair.
Well, that's just an expression, Mildred. I mean, there was never anything physical between us.
That I can believe. I worship the ground you walk on. Well, you've never said that to me.
All right, I'll say it to you. I worship the ground she walks on.
George!
And I refuse to discuss the matter any further. It's not right. You can't keep your hands off my personal things, can you? They were private letters.
I thought you didn't want to talk about it.
I don't. Private letters.
That's right, George. Attack is the best form of defence.
I'm not going to attack you.
No, I didn't think you were. Look, George, I want to talk about our marriage. Oh, put your pickles away. Now, it's not always been perfect, George. I've had to take the rough with the rough, and at times it has been pretty boring. And those were the eye spots.
Well, calm down, Mildred.
Yes, all right, George. What I wanted to say is, it's not too late.
For what?
To save our marriage. I mean, I've been through quite a lot over the years, George. For a long time, I thought all marriages were miserable.
Oh, they are, Mildred, yeah, very miserable. Apart from ours, that is, but I mean...
Look, just look on those letters, George, as the last straw.
What, new as a camel?
Yeah. If you like. And ask yourself, do we need help?
Do we need help? I don't know.
Well, ask me.
Do we need help?
Yes, we do.
And don't forget to take your satchel. He wants to take this to school to show his teacher.
Ah, yes, fine, very good. And I've been thinking for the past day or so about this little false alarm.
All right. I do solemnly swear to be more careful in future. Unless I forget.
What I have in mind will make that unnecessary if you go along with it, that is.
Oh, Geoffrey, I've always wanted another one.
No,
I've kept all Tristram's baby clothes.
Look, Anne, sit down. Whilst I would quite like to have another child, I mean, people are starving in India.
Well, I'd have it in England.
But what I was thinking was that, well, the world is overpopulated, and, well, they are looking to us for an example.
Well, why us? Why not the people next door or across the street?
So I've decided that the best thing is for me to
To what?
have a vasectomy.
You've broken a ring off the Queen Mary.
Just along here. Do come in. Oh, it's very kind of you, Mrs. Eastham, to see us at such short notice. Oh, that's quite all right.
George? Oh, it's ridiculous. What can a marriage guidance counsellor do that we can't do for ourselves?
Well, Mr. Roper, we can talk.
Talk? She never stops talking.
Do sit down. Oh, thank you. Now, let me see if I've got all this right. You're George and Mildred Roper.
Yeah, I'm George, she's Mildred.
Thank you. And you've been married, let me see, 24 years?
To each other, yes.
Quite. And you seem to be having some problems. Would you like to tell me about them?
No.
Yes.
I assure you, Mr. Roper, everything you say will be in complete confidence.
Look, Mrs. Look, I've got nothing against you personally. I mean, you're probably a very good marriage guide. Got badges for it and that, but...
The basic problem is, I want things that he doesn't want.
Such as?
Come in here. I didn't want to come here.
Mr. Roper, just for a minute, try putting yourself in your wife's place.
What? Oh, yeah, all right then.
Oh, sit down. You see, she feels that your marriage needs help. Now, when did you first think that things were starting to go wrong?
When we were walking down the aisle. He stood on my train and ripped it right off.
Oh, I've forgotten about that. That's when the old congregation saw what was borrowed and what was blue. Oh, it was just an accident, Mildred.
Well, perhaps we should concentrate on the things that you have in common. Well, you must have some things in common.
Very tricky. No. We both don't like tapioca pudding.
I do, George.
Well, apart from her, that is. We spend a lot of time talking about the telly.
Ah.
She wants it off and I want it on. I like it, you see.
Yes, you certainly do. He's stuck in front of it from the test car to that daft poem at the end. If the world blew up, he wouldn't notice until it came on the 10 o'clock news.
Oh, I'm not that man, Mildred.
I have to wear my oven gloves to switch it off.
I see. Well, you do seem to be a little incompatible.
Yeah, I am a bit. It's this chair. It's a bit hard, isn't it?
Oh, well, shall we make ourselves more comfortable? Would you like a cup of tea?
Oh, thank you.
Well, do sit down.
Thank you.
And I won't be a moment.
George, you're just not trying. I mean, if you think that you... What are you doing?
I'm just having a look. I bet they've got some interesting cases in a place like this.
Those are confidential.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Oh, George!
Oh, dear. The things some people get up to must be double-jointed.
Oh. Just put them away. Go on. Oh. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Here we are. Mrs. Roper, those files are confidential.
Oh,
well, I mean... I know I should have locked them away, but... Well...
Shocking.
Oh, but I wasn't looking at... I really...
Shall we sit down?
Yes, I mean... But,
Milk?
Yes, please. But I mean...
Sugar?
Yes, but I mean, I would
Now.
never have...
Where were we?
We were talking about what we had in common.
Oh, yes. Did you think of anything?
No.
Oh, well. Well, how about the physical side of your relationship?
Ah...
Is that satisfactory?
Well, now, will you start or shall I?
That side of our marriage is very, very private.
It certainly is. Even I don't know about it sometimes.
I do my duty.
Oh, Mr. Roper, you shouldn't look on it as a duty.
Oh, don't tell him that. It's the only edge I've got. I wouldn't mind, you know, if he was a bit romantic sometimes. If he took me out.
Oh, I took you to the wrestling match at the town hall.
Yeah, only reminded me of what I was missing. You see, he doesn't like dancing. He never takes me out to dancing. He doesn't like it.
Yes, I do. I watch Terry Wogan every Saturday.
No, I found he's got another woman.
Oh, blimey.
Really? Yes. Dorothy. These are her letters.
They're private letters.
Oh, Mr. Roper, this will be completely confidential.
Yeah, like Mr. and Mrs. Higgins on the trampoline. Very confidential. I'm not having it, Mildred.
Well, surely a full and frank discussion can only help.
Very likely. You two carry on. I'm going home.
George! Should I make a further appointment for you?
Ah. Well, he's fast asleep. Dropped off just as the secret five were trapped in the smuggler's cave. I can hardly wait till tomorrow to find out what happens.
Enjoy it while you can. There won't be another one for you to read to.
Now, look, Anne, are we going to have an argument about this?
Not at all.
Good.
As a matter of fact, I've made an appointment for you at St. Barnaby's. 2 o'clock tomorrow.
What?
Apparently there's no pain, just a local anaesthetic and snip, snip.
Snip, snip.
There may be 3. Snip, snip, snip.
Don't do that, Anne.
Then they sew you up.
Did they sew me up?
Well, they can't do it with sellotape, Geoffrey. 2 o'clock tomorrow.
I haven't, I haven't actually made a final decision on this. I mean, it is a drastic step to take.
Not at all. Snip, snip.
Yes, but, you see, these books, they cost money, and they have only been read to one child, and 2 o'clock tomorrow is a bit sudden.
So you think you should postpone it for a month or so?
Well, if you say so, yes, or perhaps even longer. A year.
Oh, Geoffrey, let's have an early night and discuss it.
Oh, good idea.
Well, I saw it sort of every day and eventually fell in love. Eventually we got married, and I must be honest, my wedding day, well, that seems like yesterday. And I wish it was tomorrow, because I'd cancel it. But anyway, she looked marvellous. On the wedding day, she was married in white, actually. She'd just finished her shift at the flour mill. In actual fact, we had a marvellous wedding.
Rubbish. I don't know what they were laughing at. Do you know what they were laughing at? Neither do I. Mildred, you haven't said a word to me since we come back from the what's name. Aren't you ever going to say anything to me again?
Shut up.
That's more like it. I've been thinking, perhaps I should tell you about Dorothy. I like to. I've never told anybody else how I feel about her.
Except her?
Oh, well, that's it. You see, I didn't send them. I sort of, well, I admired her from a distance, so to speak.
Who is she, George?
Well, I feel a bit foolish. I wrote them to Dorothy L'Amour.
Dorothy? The
Yeah,
film
Dorothy
star?
L'Amour, you know, Bob Hope, Bing Crosby. Well, they were fan letters.
Oh, why didn't you tell me, George?
Because I thought you'd laugh at me.
Oh, fancy thinking that I'd... George, oh, love. Dorothy L'Amour?
look, Anne. Neckerchief all right? Not too trendy?
Oh, very Cecil B. DeMille. All you need now is a megaphone and a riding crop.
A producer has to look the part. I don't want to be mistaken for an actor. Oh, don't forget the glass slipper.
This'll never fit Cynthia Bartlett. She's got feet like a yeti.
No, Anne. Jealousy. I did offer you a part.
I do not want to play a tree. I'd rather be wardrobe mistress.
Please yourself.
Can I have a part in your pantomime?
What? Yes, why not? You can play a little boy that goes straight up to bed without making a fuss and falls asleep at once. Now go and rehearse that.
All right. Is Mrs. Roper babysitting?
No, she's coming with us. Just for tonight, you've got Mr. Roper.
Ah. That reminds me. Must put the drinks away.
I can't think why you want to get mixed up with that lot. Bunch of amateurs.
It brings out the creative side of me, George. I can express myself artistically.
What, by making tea and scones for them? They never give you a part?
They will, eventually. I understand they still haven't cast the tree.
No, you don't stand a chance. Last year they did Macbeth. It's got 3 witches in it. You didn't even get a part then.
Oh. The trouble with you, George, is that you have no ambition.
Oh, no, that's where you're wrong.
Oh, yeah? Well, name me one. Come on, one ambition.
Well, all my life, I wanted a balance of crisp on the end of my nose.
Oh, very cultural. Go and get your coat.
I'm not coming with you.
No, you're not. You're babysitting next door.
Hey?
Yeah.
Which brings us to the kitchen scene, right at the moment when Gwen, Prince Charming, fits the glass slipper onto Cynthia, Cinderella.
After a hell of a struggle.
Then they go into the love duet and he kisses her.
Geoffrey, what's my motivation for that?
You're after a bit of nookie.
It's just that I need a platform. I've got this book on acting.
Splendid, you can stand on that. Now, the ugly sisters. Now, Henry, last time I was not besotted with your interpretation of Gertrude. And for one thing, I felt that you overdid the padding underneath the dress.
Wasn't wearing any padding.
No,
I mean, it is just possible that my corsets push me up a bit. It's got to go somewhere, hasn't it, dear?
If I could make one tiny criticism, Henry.
Oh, do?
I don't think you're projecting enough.
Well, he says I'm projecting too much. Who's producing this cantata? You or Prince Charming?
Please, Henry. Anne, could you deal with the wardrobe?
Yes. Well, we can mostly use the costumes from last year, though Cinderella's dress may have to be let out around the hips. The main problem...
Here we are, then. Tea up. 5 with, 3 without.
And I'm a lemon.
Oh.
She's a lemon.
And I bought some homemade scones. I'd better go and better them. Ooh, isn't it exciting?
Yes, thank you, Mildred. Well, the main problem is the costume of the second ugly sister, because we don't know who's playing her.
Oh, quite. Now, I've checked on this, and Cyril, who played the part last year, feels he can't take the role again this year.
It may remind people of the court case if he dressed up in women's clothes again.
Quite. So, has anyone any suggestions?
What about her?
Mrs. Roper?
Oh, she can't act.
Well, that's never stopped some of us, dear.
I thought ugly sisters were supposed to be played by men.
Surely not. I mean, Henry's playing one.
Are you sure it's all right for me to stay up and play?
Right, oh, yeah. I'm in charge, see? Right, well, I'll just draw 2. Yeah, well, there's not a lot here, really. I'll just push it round for 2p.
If I've got 3 kings and 2 aces, is that a full house?
Yeah, well, I haven't actually let go of the 2p. I'll fold instead.
So I've won. Is that what's called bluffing?
Hey? Pair of 3s? Cool.
Well, go and ask her, Geoffrey. You've got no choice.
Oh, very well. Mrs. Roper, might I have a word with you?
Yes, of course, Mr.
Now, I know you've actually been wanting to play a part, and, well, there is one in this production that might suit you.
Oh, how marvellous. Oh, I can make my own leaves and branches and everything.
No. It's not a tree. No, this part is absolutely right for you.
Oh.
Yes, it's an ugly sister.
Oh. Oh, yes.
I'll see you.
Yeah, all right. Well, it cost you 5p. Come on, put it in. That's it, right. 3 sevens.
I've only got 2 pairs.
Hmm.
A pair of jacks and another pair of jacks.
Hey?
Oh, that's 4 of a kind, isn't it?
You jammy little beggar. All right, come on, it's your deal.
I'm feeling tired. Can't I go to bed now?
No, you can't. I want a chance to win me money back. Deal. Right, hurry it up. There we go. Yeah. Oh, God. Blimey. Yeah, right. Well, I'll stay with this lot. I'll open for 10p.
Yes, it was very good. Tristram? Mr. Roper.
Oh, yeah, evening. Oh, snap.
Snap? You don't say snap when you play poker.
Poker? And for money? Get home, George.
Good night, all.
Oh, Tristram.
I like them for George babysitting. I want 75p.
Oh! Ought to be ashamed of yourself, George. Taking money from a child.
I didn't. He took it off me. 75p.
Serves him right.
A whole week of my pocket money. Whose turn is it to make the cocoa?
Mine. But look, George, I've got something exciting to tell you. You know this pantomime they're putting on, Cinderella?
Yeah, daft. Men dressing up as women, women dressing up as men. No wonder they're all a bit funny, these actors.
They've offered me a part.
Oh, yeah? What is it?
Oh, well, that's not important, George, but it gives me an opportunity to express myself.
Oh, come on, tell me. What are you playing?
Ugly sister.
You what?
An ugly sister.
Ah, that's real typecasting, that is.
Oh, go and make your own cocoa.
Well, I've fixed Cinderella's dress. It won't go with her bleached hair, but that's not my fault.
And what have you got against Cynthia Bartlett? She's young, attractive.
That's part of it, yes.
Well, I know you played the part last year, but we cannot have a Cinderella who is older than Baron Hardup.
It's a very young Baron Hardup.
Well, we can age him up. We can't young you down.
Watch it, or you can say goodbye to your moustache.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry, darling. The wardrobe mistress is much more important. How's Griselda's costume coming along?
Ah, Mildred's altering that herself. She's very keen to get it just right.
How much longer are you gonna be? I can't sit here all day.
Oh, I feel daft in this outfit, Mildred.
George, I haven't got a dressmaker's dummy, and you're the nearest thing to it. Get on that table.
It's very humiliating, that's what it is.
Stop complaining. Now, let's have a look under here.
Yeah, what are you doing under there? I can't hear what you say. Hey, stop that, I'm ticklish.
I only touched your ankle.
Yeah, I know you. When you get near my legs, you go to pieces.
Oh, don't...
I prefer you working on the outside, if you don't mind.
Oh, all right. Now, the petticoat looks all right, so all we need to do is to turn up the skirt a bit.
What am I supposed to do? Just stand here?
No. You can help me learn my lines.
Oh, not again.
Come on, page 92. Come on.
All right. Let me try on the glass slipper. I shall marry the handsome over. Prince?
No. I, Griselda, shall marry him.
Oh, no, you won't.
Oh, yes, I will.
Oh, no, you won't.
Oh, yes, I will.
Oh, no, you won't.
Oh. Prompt.
Oh, yes, I will.
Oh, yes, I will.
Oh, no, you won't.
Oh, you know it. Look, don't move. It's only pinned.
Well, they kiss. Ugh. Daft.
Ethel, darling.
Hello, Mildred.
And Humphrey. Oh,
Oh, what a lovely surprise. Do go in.
Well, I was just driving by and Humphrey's Christmas present to me.
How nice.
It's parked over there by the curb.
Oh, is it really? Do go in. George, it's my sister. And her husband.
Oh, God, yeah, I know, Humphrey, that's all.
Oh, George. Yeah, Mildred, look, I brought a decent bottle of sherry so that we can all have...
Oh, how kind of you.
Humphrey, he's wearing a dress.
Yeah, well, none of our business, is it? So, how are you keeping then, George?
Well, oh, not too badly. I don't really like Christmas. All that goodwill rubbish.
Yeah, can be a bit of a drag.
All that turkey and stuffing and Christmas pudding. I felt a bit queer this morning.
Oh, yeah.
I must say, I do like your dress.
Yeah. No, it's not my dress. No, it's Mildred's.
Oh, and she lets you wear it. How understanding.
No, look, you tell her, Mildred, the ugly sister.
Well, really?
No, not you, another ugly sister. In pantomime.
It's a Hampton Wick Players. They've offered me my first role, and I'm altering the dress.
Oh, I see.
We must come along and laugh at you.
Yes. You know, for a minute there, I thought you was on the turn.
One more remark like that and I'll smash you over the head with my handbag. How are you feeling? Any better now?
No, I am not.
Breakfast will be delayed a bit. I've got to scrape the beans off the ceiling.
What?
Oh, yeah. You didn't tell me how to pierce the can first.
I'll get up.
No. You stay where you are. You've got to get better for tonight. Tell you what, you won't need any makeup.
I blame this on that rotten old sidecar of yours. The other day when it rained, I was up to my knees in rainwater.
Yeah, well, it won't happen again. I fixed it. I bored holes in the bottom.
Oh, marvellous. God, I'm hot and cold all over. And I've got a pounding headache. I'm losing my voice.
You know what the trouble with you is, Mildred?
What?
You're not well.
Geoffrey Four-Mile production. Additional material by Geoffrey Four-Mile. Starring blah, 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 blah. Produced and directed by Geoffrey Four-Mile.
It's Mr. Roper. He'd like a word.
Yes?
Yeah, it's about Mildred. Yeah. You're not going to like this.
I'm ever so sorry, Mr. Four-Mile.
What seems to be the trouble?
I've lost my voice.
Pardon?
She says she's lost her voice. And it's getting worse. The doctor has been, says she mustn't exert herself in bed.
No, George.
What? Oh, no. No, he said she must stay in bed and not exert herself. Yeah, that's right, that's it.
But the performance is tonight.
She said she's willing to have a try. The show must go on.
Oh, marvellous. I mean, she can write her dialogue on bits of paper and pass it out to the audience.
It's not her fault she's got flu.
Yes, right. But where am I going to find a replacement for her at the last moment?
I mean, it's been all for nothing, innit? All those weeks rehearsing with her. I practically know the part backwards myself.
Yes, but Do you really?
No, of course I do. I've been... Oh, no, not me, no.
Not even for the kiddies?
No, certainly not.
Must do it, George.
Don't you raise your voice at me. No, I'm not doing it.
Very well. Tell Mrs. Roper I'm sorry she's not well.
Well, it's her voice that's gone, not her ears.
Yes, well, don't worry about letting me down.
Well, it's just not me, Mildred. I mean, prancing about all dressed up on a stage. What? Language.
Yes, Cyril, I know how you feel, but... Well, I've been let down badly by... Yes, it is the same dress as you wore last time. I know it didn't match your eyes exactly, but... Well, couldn't you wear one of your own? Hello? Hello? He's hung up.
Fancy a game of poker?
Not now, Tristan. I'm rather busy.
I've been playing with Action Man.
Hmm? Oh, good, good.
I've got a running flush.
Huh? Oh, you better get your mother to give you a junior aspirin.
Get more sense out of Action Man.
The curtain goes up in half an hour. They'll never get anyone to replace you at such short notice. It'd be chaos. You've got to laugh and... Oh, yeah. You really let them down, you have. Still, try not to think about it. Oh, I wonder what's on the telly. Hey, door, Mildred. Oh, God, all right, I'll get it.
Well, come on then, George. We said we'd pick you up.
What? Oh, yeah, I'm not going.
You're not going? Well, you've got to support the missus.
Think of it as a duty. That's how I think of it.
Mildred's not going either.
She's not Why not?
I can't touch him. I can't move.
Oh, yeah, well, I think you've answered that question.
Oh, you poor thing. Well, it's no wonder when you haven't got a proper fur coat.
Well, how are they going to manage then?
Well, they've asked George to play it.
George? Well, the dress fits him. We know that.
No, I'm not doing it.
No, I think you're quite right. I think you're quite right, George. I mean, you don't want all those people asking you for your autograph.
Yeah, what?
Well, I mean, once you get on that stage, it could lead to anything, you know.
What? How do you mean?
Well, I mean, talent scouts in the audience. That's how Clark Gable started. And Joan Crawford.
What, Hampton Wick players?
No, I mean, you know, in the chorus, small parts.
Oh, no, I mean, that couldn't happen to me. I mean, after all, I'll be... Could it? Could it? Could it? Could it? Could it? Could it?
George? George! 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 Hey, George, you all right?
Yeah, I was thinking, perhaps I shouldn't let the children down.
You've left it a bit late.
Yeah, look, you've only got 20 minutes.
I could change in the back of your car.
No, you can't. It's only a sports car.
It's real leather upholstery, though. It's Humphrey's Christmas present to me.
Look, here, you fetch your dress and I'll get your taxi.
Yeah,
Go on, hurry up now.
Clark Gable, eh?
Right, Squire. Where to?
Follow that car.
I've seen him do this sort of thing on Kodak. Yeah, what are you doing?
Changing into my dress. You keep your eye on the road. I dropped my lipstick.
What? Oh, God almighty!
What's the road?
You can't do that. I've got my licence to think about.
What's the road?
Enough of this taradiddle, you silly goose. Griselda? Griselda, come along. We shall be late for the ball. Griselda?
I'm coming, sister. I've just been making myself. Beautiful. Move stage left.
Ow! Oh, you evil!
I don't think it's too serious.
Not serious. It'll be off the road for weeks.
Careful you don't breathe all over him. Here, have a peppermint. I think she's hit her head. Well, his head.
I will marry the handsome prince.
Oh, he's ever so much better now, Mr. 4 Mile. And so am I.
Oh, good. Good.
Geoffrey did very well. You should have heard the laugh when he fell through the trapdoor.
Oh, I didn't know that was in the script.
It wasn't.
Oh.
Quite. Well, I'm glad to see you're back normal, Mrs. Roper.
Oh.
And you, of course.
I know, but it's too late. I mean, I've missed my opportunity.
Ah, well, there may be a part in my next production, Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the...
Shall we go downstairs and discuss it?
Come on, Tristram.
Oh, no, leave the lad. It'd be a bit of company for me.
All right, just for a few more minutes.
And thanks for dropping round. Right. Oh, where were we? Oh, yeah. 3 queens.
I've got a running, flashing shovels.
Spades. Oh, here. How would you like to learn pontoon?
Yes, please.